welcome back. And holy shit, it is a full room. We are here at the Old Man's Cantina, back at you with drinks, badass talk about our favorite game, the game we hate to love and love to hate, Swigo. Once again, I got the immortal Kane with me, hanging out, having drinks, doing our thing. But holy shit, do I have a room? We also have Bob.
Can you guys hear me now?
We didn't just rent Bob. Bob's ours.
Yeah, we got you, Sturm.
Yeah, no, we got Sturm.
I'm forever. They bought me from some Jawas.
We did
on Tatooine.
We did. Yep. He's a broke ass droid, and we put an attenuator up his ass, and now he's with us. We've also got Big Country Mags hanging out with us tonight to talk some Swigo.
Skull, y'all. Just having some vodka and enjoying life.
Absolutely. We also, holy shit, we got both guys from Good Morning Korriban. I'm psyched to have them with us. We've got Mikey Blue Eyes and the one and only, the first order obsessive compulsive individual, the Sturm. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, buddy?
That was
don't act so excited,
man. just straight face and everything.
That's your New York greeting. I'm a little pissed off, Logan. Like, if you want me to get started with what's grinding my gears, like, it's not even fucking the game that's grinding my gears. The Buffalo Sabres, they're grinding my fucking gears, buddy, because I've never seen a team so close to the playoffs want to just lose. Anyway, just
like I don't know why that's upsetting you. That's what the Buffalo Sabres have been doing for the past.
Yeah. Well,
anyway. It's the only NHL hockey team I follow, and every year they show promise, and then they just disappoint.
Yeah. Yes. Canadians in a fucking shootout, buddy. Like, fuck off. Like, really?
Yep.
I hear shit.
Anyway, back to your problem. I get bitter. Like, I take that shit personally. And after the Bills lost the Bengals, fucking A. So
do we got Sturm with us? Can we hear him?
Yeah, Sturm.
We can hear him. We can hear him, but he can't hear us.
So we're starting the show with technological difficulties.
It's that new Apple computer you got. You should just use the old one.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Apple fuck it up for everybody.
They get a goddamn fruit company, and this is what happens. Yeah.
Ain't got no oranges. They ain't got apples. They ain't got oranges.
So while we're still working on the whole thing with Sturm, because it's a big room, I want to remind the entire audience. Let's go around the room, starting with Big Country, GP, and how many legends you're at for your account.
I am at 7.5 million GP with 4 GLs, Star Killer. That's about it right now. And the creme de la creme, my R7 low grade.
Oh, damn. Okay. Blue Eyes, nice. What do you got for us? GP and what your roster?
Sturm's riding my ass because my GP's only gone off like 500,000 in like the last year, but like I'm at 8.5. Been playing since 6 months in, but I was on the forefront of technology for a while, buddy, and I've kind of tapered off. GL wise, I got I don't have Jedi Master Luke still, to your disappointment, and
I'm about that almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, do you want me to get into this now or get into this?
No, wait. It can wait because let's go on to the GP, but we'll get into it.
All right, 8.55 million. I'm working on I want to try to get the knight dude. What's his name? The Inquisitor asshole. I'm trying to get him before the event ends. I'm close.
Grand Inquisitor.
Grand Inquisitor, and then I want to go for Jabba. I don't have Jabba. Those are the only two I don't have. But I've had the other 6 for like fucking ever, or 5, whatever.
All right, Big Bob, give us a quick recap of where you're sitting.
7.6 million. Been playing since pretty much day one. 3 GLs, Jabba, JML, JMK, Star Killer, Malgus, Profundity, Executor. Anything else?
And Kane, while you're drinking out of the most bizarre fucking receptacle I've ever seen, can we get a recap? Yeah, there it is. Can we get a recap? Jesus Christ.
What is that? The Hater of the Year award?
No, sir. That's my Jack Skellington goblet.
I'm fucking dead. You're
Good.
like the Hater of the Year.
I've
I feel like I
upgraded.
gotta go grab my horn now. Jeez, man.
I've upgraded the amount that I drink.
Good Lord. So remind everybody where you're at and what's going on with your account.
Just broke 5.3.
Oh, nice. Damn, we were like 4 last time off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
no, you've been putting in work. You've been working.
I just broke 4.3. I have JML. This is my only GL. 5-star executor, and right now I have one of my 4 tunes to 7-star. I 7-starred Kyle Katarn for my Star Killer.
Okay. So, and for me, well, nobody gives a fuck what I have. So, on to the first topic.
How many Gear 9s you got? I'm curious about that.
Relic 9s?
Yeah, Relic 9, sorry.
I'm
You probably got 7 now, right? 6 or
1,
7?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Jesus Christ. I got 2.
That's why I don't. But whenever I have a panel like this and everybody goes over their GP, I just tell everybody you don't give a shit what I have
Well,
because
you're 10 and a half there, right? I think you were over 10 last I heard.
yeah, no, I just broke 10.5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the first topic I wanted to hit off tonight, folks. Last week we hit to hoard or not. I thought that was a really good conversation on what do you hoard if you can hoard, if hoarding is even practical. But tonight we've got such an influx, like we're in a weird state right now where we've got a lot of stuff coming into the game. We got Cal Kestis Scavenger. We've had the Sand People. We've had that new, oh God, somebody remind me that new Resistance tune. That was her name.
Oh, Zori.
Zori. We had
Zori
Zori.
Bliss.
Video game?
From the new movies.
Yeah.
She's that bounty
I
hunter
thought
that had a relationship with Poe or whatever in the last
No,
couple.
yeah, Zori was from the new set of
Oh, the
movies.
chick on the one
The chick with the helmet. Yeah,
Yeah.
the chick with the helmet.
Yep.
Okay. I thought she was from the video game or something.
No,
No,
she's from Rogue One.
Oh no, I'm thinking of that Sarah Junda. That's what I think.
Yeah, Seer and Cal from the game.
Oh,
From
yeah,
the
no, I'm
Fallen
talking about the chick from the movie.
Yeah, Zori Bliss.
Yeah,
She's
Zori
the,
Bliss.
she's
We've
the
had
bounty
her.
hunter chick or whatever.
Yeah. So we've had her. We've had the Tuscans. We've had the announcement of Cal Kestis and what that's going to bring. There's been some rumblings, video, and oh yeah, by the way, Kane, we didn't get new shit tonight.
Yeah, we didn't.
No, we didn't. So
That means
but
next
there's
week's gonna be fucking hell.
Yeah, probably. But there was some rumblings from a certain content creator, and it was speculation, but of something that I've been hoping for, which was the next GL of Endor Leia. But with everything that's going on right now, my question for the panel, with all these tunes, the new TB, the possibility of the new raid, what are you guys farming right now? And has this game turned into something that to play this game properly, you have to have a priority of farming, or are you doing something that's fun for you? Like I keep hearing guilds say, if you're not at least working on Inquisitors, you're not very welcome because the new hotness is Riva. Or if you're not relicking up a certain tune to fill a platoon in the new TB, well, we may not want it. Like, how do you guys feel the state of the game is in terms of so many tunes, so little bourbon? What the fuck do we do? What do people do in this game right now?
Yeah, see, that's a tough one. My guild, we're getting about 27 stars in the new TB. And I think it was 1 or 2 months ago, they were like, "Hey, we need people to relic up these obscure tunes. We're looking for volunteers." So that's how I end up with an R7 low gray just to fill the platoon. Now, here in the last month,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You Relic 7 what?
I've got a Relic 7 low gray.
I'd like to buy you a drink and shake your hand.
I'll pull him up on screen right now. No, it's that he's the one that I kind of was like, all right, I'm there, I'll take it. And of course now I'm probably gonna end up doing Elder and Scout just cause, might as well, right? But now they're here recently, they're like, oh, we got to get Reva, so now they want Inquisitors by the end of the year. So I don't even have them start up right now. So that's
You can slow roll that.
I am, but it's
how
annoying
close are
because I just finished JMK, so I was like, oh, I'm in my free zone. I can do something I want to do. So I started going hard at Cal, and right after I've like max geared Cal at the moment that I can get them to up to gear 11 or whatever. They're like, oh, now you got to do Inquisitors. Like, well, there goes that farm. So
Okay, that's
I
never
don't know.
fun
It's a
though.
weird freaking zone.
Mags, if you need a place that doesn't make you do stuff like that, I can get you a place in my guild. I've been there for like 5 years.
But
We're in
hold
game.
on.
We're doing all the fun stuff.
That was the whole point of the question was, has this game turned into that? Has it become a place where unless you're farming something very specific, parts of the environment become unwelcoming?
I think it does.
Hasn't that
Because
always?
that's
Hasn't
my
it always
guild
been?
didn't care. They didn't care about if you had GLs or whatever. Just keep working with your stuff. But now it's starting to. They want those extra stars in the TB, and they want the Reva shards and the new hotness. It's like you said. I didn't have to care. Now I have to care. So it's like, all right, that's kind of turning me off. But I think that's where the game is going now. Everybody wants you to have the new hotness. I mean, you get in some guilds. I know they require you to have 6 GLs, Grand Inquisitor, going for Reba, and screw everything else. And it's like, I don't know. And that's no longer fun for me.
Well, Blue Eyes actually mentioned something interesting. Hasn't it always been that way? And I think there's an argument for that. Go ahead, Mike. What were you going to say about that?
Well, I mean, the only thing that's changed in this game is that you have to buy shit instead of actually not buying shit. So, like, when I first started playing, this game's been out 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
So for the first 3.5, you basically could spend $100 a month and be able to stay on the forefront of what's coming out that's new. You might have to drop maybe $200-300 to get something that you really want. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you could have it within months, and like there wasn't like you even look at the kits, right? The kits weren't specific. You go back, like Sturm and I were joking about it the other day. We were looking at some Duster's old ass fucking kit, and it was like 3% potency and like fucking 2% health increase with each critical hit, and now it's like in Grand Arena with fucking 8% with a fucking specialized fucking jerk off fucking node or whatever the fuck you're doing. You get 18% of this if you critical hit 5% of that, and then it hits the other guy on the far side who comes in this other guy's side. Like it's fucking ridiculous. Like it's to the point now where they made it to where you have to spend, otherwise don't even bother. And 2, like there was always the new hotness. Everybody wanted the new hotness. There was always whatever raid that came out, whatever new guy that came out. Like for me, obviously, Logan, our biggest, like my funnest time in this game was the 1.5 years that they were coming out with OR. When fucking Stern basically,
yeah.
When like from basically from Jedi fucking Revan to Darth Revan, where all the stuff filled in, and like Sturm quit. I was like, oh man, it's fucking bullshit, and. So that 1.5 years was awesome. I mean, like,
Shorty, did you put Shorty to Relic 7 yet?
Yeah, who?
Shorty. It's Old Republic. It's a droid.
No, he's not Relic 7. I took Sith Marauder to 9. I took Malgus to 9. Who else do I have over? Like all my Old Republic has been Relic for fucking 3 years now because I've been waiting for them to drop a fucking GL.
Fucking like
you bought Shorty right away though. You got him to like Relic 5.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. That's why I asked. You got Shorty quick. I
Yeah,
remember
I've gotten all of
commenting.
them. Yeah, I've gotten all of them.
Yeah, I remember commenting on your show at one point, like, dude, you got Shorty quick.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah,
a
well,
huge asset because she's
I'll
still
fuck-
pretty good.
Yeah, but like I don't like I figured there was some GL coming out or something, and now they're like, well, there's gonna be an OR ship, which I don't even care about ships, to be honest. But like, you know.
Well, real quick, and then I got to go around the panel. You did hear the rumor about the next Conquest unit possibly being a Sith ship piloted by Malgus.
I've heard the rumor. You know, I've just within the last month wrapped my head around GAC being the new, you know, what was it? What was the quad? The rankings we used to do. The fucking I don't even remember what this shit's called anymore. The squad arena, right? Because that transition took me a while to transition into, like a year and a half. But you know, like I need to get into a guild because I haven't even been in a guild as of recently. So I've been kind of just doing my thing and trying to get the Inquisitors and then Java and you know, you know me, I've always leveled up who I thought was best. And if an OR comes out, I'm doing it.
Absolutely. But I think the one thing that you said that I would actually 100% agree with about especially guilds kind of setting down standards for entry was can you do the WAT mission? Can you do the CAM mission? Are your clones good enough? Stuff like
Han
that.
Solo, fucking Rancor raid, the original Rancor raid. Like, I remember when I unlocked Han Solo, like they're like, you got Han. Like, no, like, well, you know, you need to get him within X amount of time. Like, it was always somebody. You know,
So Bob, what do you think? What are you thinking on this topic at the GP you're at with so much to do? What do you do what the guild needs, or you do something for fun? What do you do?
Well, I've always been free to play, so you lower your expectations. So when you're free to play, you just do whatever's fun for you, right? You got to meet certain benchmarks to make sure you can compete and have fun. But at certain levels and certain intervals, you can stop like I'm doing right now, and I'm just farming. Like I took Bays to R5, you know, just some random tune.
You messaged me that and said you brought base belt.
I was so happy. You know, I just think it's cool. So
my hat. I went, yep, good for you, brother. You do you.
So there's some tunes that right now you just have to have relic, like Newt. I'm just thinking of some like I can't think of all the ones I've done recently, but there's just some ones that you really need to have relic for the future. Because if you have a gear 12, like they're just worthless. It's like having them at gear 1 now. So I'm just taking everything to R5, and then when I get all my goals, I always set goals, right? When my goal's done with all my side characters, I'll move on, but it's like a benchmark. Like anything pre-Inquisitors, I think are going to become more and more worthless, and everything post-Inquisitors and on is something that you just. So like I don't have Ray. I don't know if I'll ever get Ray because I'll always go for that newest GL. You know what I mean? And I don't think I'll ever be able to go back and get Ray.
I'm gonna torment you.
I don't think I'll ever have that or Slacker.
I'm literally gonna fuck with you
because as a free to play. What's that?
I'm literally gonna fuck with you until you get Ray or Slicker. Like you need to do it. You need to just quit fucking around and do it.
But every time that I get done, I can always get the shinier new GL, and it's always the better one. You know, so I always go that way. But so I don't know, man. Like it's free to play. You have to have fun, or you're not gonna have fun with the game. You can't take it too serious. But you know, I think you need to get 2 GLs first. You need to get Executor first before you can start having fun and kind of working on side teams. But yeah,
with so much to do, I mean, as a fan, do you find what CG does now is a bit of a distraction? Like you're farming for a specific legend, but Inquisitors are so important. You're farming for a specific legend, but apparently Tuscans are now so important. Where do players go? What do players do? Is it guild?
It's a hard question because it's subjective to where you're at in the game, what your GP is.
Yeah.
If you're free to play, we could also every one of us could sit here and all of us play it differently, or you know, approach farming differently, or even we were talking last week, we sim differently, right? I mean, we all have our own ways of doing things, so it's just subjective, man. But where I'm at with 7.6, I have 3 GLs, 2 ships, Star Killers, Malguses, so I'm able to hold Kyber 3 with what I have. So now I'm just so I can take a break. I can confidently take a break, work on all my defensive tunes, make them harder for people to get through, get more holds, and I can still offensively do the same as I always have. So but I have to get the ball rolling and get to Kira. It's going to be my next. I have to get Inquisitors because my end game guild does get Riva shards, and obviously she's the new biggest thing, and she will be going forward. She's going to be able to counter all kinds of shit. So, but I mean that's where I am personally. But
Do we have
So-
or no, Kane? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that we have Sturm now.
Yeah, do we? That's what. Yeah, I
Yeah,
want
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, we're good. My sound works. I'm golden.
Fucking bum.
I'm
Hey,
fucking
I'm
golden.
typing
I'm
questions,
golden.
Logan, I'm typing questions for him or people in the general chat just so I
Oh,
don't
please
look it up out. But like, I was just curious for him, like, since he's free to play, and for all you guys who are free to play, like, do you think it's easier now with all the new ways that they have for the paths they set out to figure out what you want to do than it was when you guys first started, like 6 months, year in, or no?
oh man, yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
it's easier now. Yeah, okay.
I wish I could be a new player today rather than an in-game player because I think
Fuck
we would all
no.
have so much more fun. But I can't do an alt account. That's not fun.
Fuck
But if
no.
but if I was a new player that didn't know anything about it, or if I just wanted to,
You would want
it,
to
I guess.
start from scratch.
I think it'd be fun because they're so different. You have
Oh.
accelerated everything. You have your knowledge, 7 years of knowledge of the game.
No.
I wasted when I first played, it was new. I just was looking for a new Star Wars game on my at work, and I just started simming notes. I didn't know how to farm, and I had to look up Arnold. This guy named Arnold who didn't even show his face did reviews,
Right.
and that's how I got good at the game is content creating.
You know what, Kane?
I have an alt and it's not worth it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
This game is so hard to play 2 accounts, and I'm trying to give this one away. I have a beautiful account that no one even wants because there's so much to do now in this game and a lot of it's a chore. Having 2, just doing conquest, take away all the territory battles and wars and on 2 accounts. Just conquest alone is insane. Having to do 2 at once.
I made it 3 days.
Yeah, he just basically said what I was gonna say. It's just too much, man. I tried it and I do it when I want to be nostalgic. And I bought like the $100 Kyber, whatever fucking warp thing is, and then like after that I kind of fizzled out. Like I just like she hit it on the head. Like it's just too much. Like I barely played it.
It is. Anybody that plays 2 accounts in this game, you like again. I tip my cap. You have my respect.
You're sadistic. You
You
love
have
pain.
more free time than I do, dude. Like you are. I mean, you're playing this game while you're folding your fucking laundry. Like that's how dedicated you are. I don't know how else you do it. But so Kane, we didn't well Sturm is Sturm still with us?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here.
Sturm's here.
All right. Sturm, what do you think about like where you are in the game? How do you play? Do you feel like there's pressure where CG directs you like towards Inquisitors or Tuscans, or do you just do your thing and have fun?
I think there's definitely pressure. I mean, you gotta if you want to keep up and be in a competitive guild and be competitive with the game, you gotta go where CG tells you to go because like Grand Inquisitors, Riva is apparently a game-breaking tune, and everyone needs her, and so our guild put a big push on. Before this Grand Inquisitor came out, I think we were at 25 out of 50. I think we're at 50 out of 50 now because we put a lot of pressure on everybody to get the Grand Inquisitor so we could all be Riva ready. But yeah, I mean, my guild is pretty cool because they said we want everyone Riva ready by like June, and we got a bunch of hard chargers who did it, right away, and so now we got everything. And I will say, I also have R7 low grade for that very same reason to put in platoons. I
Yep,
also
no.
have an R8 first order TIE pilot for the same reason, but I'm
fuck
gonna R8 my whole first order team anyway. So I was happy to do that one.
What's your GP, Sturm? He asked your GP earlier when you were on.
9.682.
Oh
Nice.
fuck,
Damn.
9.6. How many GLs you sitting on now, Sturm?
I've got all of them Relic 7 or higher.
God damn.
The only tune I'm working for AFA right now, and I got everybody relic. I just got to get them to the right relic levels, and then it's pretty much I'll be working on my Tuscans. I'll be working on Zori Bliss, and that's about it.
All right.
Oh, Cal
all
and everybody from there, yeah, those new
Kane,
ones.
Kane, what do you got on this topic?
Well, I mean, just to piggyback on a couple of them, I feel your pain. I feel your pain doing the R7 low grades. That seems like it's a bit harsh. I don't think that any of those Ewoks should ever be taken that high.
I have a fully relic Ewok team, which is why they asked me, because they're like, you already have all your Ewoks relic. It won't be so hard for you. And I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Dude, that's like having
Fair.
a full Jawa team relic like me.
Oh, I want to chime in on it real quick. I heard the episode where Kane was talking about relicking the Jawas for the raid, and I thought it was genius. Frankly, I think it was pure genius. I think he's 100% right. It's going to be a
Kane,
great tune for the
what
raid.
did I do? Kane, what did I do?
So,
What did I do?
So all right, I'll set the record straight. I'll set the record straight for everybody listening, everybody watching, and for the panel. Almost immediately, the very next day after the episode, the the old man sent me a message and said, "Dude, you might have been onto something with the Jawas." And he sent me a picture of his Jawas, and lo and behold, I think they're all like Relic 5 now.
No, they were all Gear 12. They're now all Relic 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow.
I have a full squad of Jawas.
He immediately took back his statement. I took a lot of heat for that from the Discord community as well.
Yeah, you did.
Like, worst
Dude,
fucking idea I've ever heard.
I'm not into the Tuscans. So if I looked at it this way. My Jawas were all Gear 12. I need a fourth team for the new raid. Jawas are one of the teams for the raid. Tuscans are on the back burner right now. Everything is going for Cal Kestis. It was quick. It was easy. Put 5 tunes from 12 to Relic 3. Bang. Took me a month. Done. Now I have a fourth team for the raid. So it just made more sense to me. So as much shit as I gave you, I again apologize, motherfucker. And I did it. I'm now one of those jackasses that has completely relic Jawas.
This was one of those. This is one of the reasons you made the 3 drink rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that whole 3 drink rule was Pico Burrito's idea.
I know, but what I'm saying is that's why you incorporated it, because you had so many of those, and blah blah blah. Here it comes, poof.
I mean, to be fair, those of us that have been around a long time, since early days of this game, they always do this. See, this is like CG's MO. They put out like 2 or 3 teams.
Jawas, absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
well, I mean, just the new factions, right? With the Tuscans, right? They're not all that great. They do a little bit with Dadbog Boba, but they're not game changing. And the Quizzers were kind of the same way to begin with, right? They were just kind of a meh team. That's why a lot of people skipped them. But then you got like the Star Killer Squad that came out and just like changed the game on that. Or even going back farther than that, you had the Old Republic, then you had the Jedi Knight Revens, right? Or you had Jedi Knight Revan. Jedi Knight Revan was badass.
Yes.
And then you had Darth Revan, which was badass, except for you needed Malak, and then you needed both Revans to get Malak, and then the next one after that was what Oh, the ones before the Old Republic. I'm sorry, that was the prepared squad, the solo Toons, right? And they were meh. So I mean, they kind of do that. They go meh, and then they go really good team, and they go meh, and then they go really good team. This Cal team looks freaking outstanding.
Yes.
I mean, it looks ridiculously overpowered. So, and compare that against the Tuscans, which are like meh. Yeah, they're going to be used for the new raid, but I mean, there's other teams that can counteract that too.
Yeah, they're not, and that's the thing. They're very niche. Like I feel like the Tuscans are. It's like CG is dangling this low hanging fruit for you to go after because you should already have 3 of them. 7-star, if not slightly geared, so they throw 2.
Well, if you have Lord Vader,
Even
and
if you
again,
don't, even if you don't have Lord Vader, even if you're mid game, you should have something in Tuscans.
I have them starred. That's it. No gear. Because Lord Vader is ridiculous with its relic requirements, and as a free to play,
Yeah.
born again free to play, I don't have the time or the money to be spending on getting the Bad Batch all up to relic whatever they need to be because I just can't spend the gear. I don't have the gear for them. They are Carbonti or not Carbonti. They are cryo hogs. And then to get them all, then to get all the relic 9s and stuff that you need to even start farming for Lord Vader, that's ridiculous. I don't have one relic 9.
Vader doesn't have any relic 9s, does he? I thought
No,
they were 8.
yeah, I know. Or no. Vader
Yeah,
does-
he has.
No, he has
doesn't
9.
have Tia?
he has
Thought he
relic
had
8,
Tia.
but I don't think he has any relic 9.
No.
Yeah, the only relic 9 I have is Raditz and Kylo, and none of
Oh,
those
maybe
are
it's
Vader.
Raditz. Maybe it's
Yeah,
Raditz.
Raditz. Yeah, for the profund. Yeah,
You're
you had to have
dumb as
9.
fuck if you get Raditz Relic 9. You're dumb. You're the dumbest fucking player in the history of this game.
You know,
Getting him Relic 9.
Profundity, Mike, which is like the best capital ship on the game.
The profundity is for
thank you,
fucking
Sherm. Yeah, he's
weird mental
Rounds on
authority.
Well,
right.
regardless, you need them at like, you need 5 relic 8s for.
Yeah,
you
like,
need
and
2.
they're all like,
You need 2 for
fucking so
hell for
fucking-
Kenobi. You need 2. You need Grandmaster Yoda and General Kenobi at fucking relic 8.
Yeah, you need 4. You need 4 8s for Lord Vader.
Yeah, and so it's like it just keeps going exponentially. I mean, let's be real. You're gonna need probably 3 relic 9s if Leia comes out, and
Yeah.
I bet you freaking Logray is gonna be one of them. So I'm gonna be right there.
Yeah, and if anybody has their Ewoks relic, you're in a good spot because that's coming. That's if that's your Ewoks better be
You're
relic
gonna need all the Ewoks at least relic 5.
at
What
least.
for this GL fucking
Yeah, for the next
camouflage
GL.
helmet fucking Leia? Is that what we're
Fuck
doing?
yeah.
Dude,
Princess.
if they add Rex, Endor Rex, I will lose my shit. I will whale or fail that tune.
I
will
just
uninstall
showed
it.
Bones that last week. I showed the picture of him proving that Rex was in Return of the Jedi.
Huh. That's funny.
Old man Rex he's storming the bunker with old Han Solo.
Well, that's canon now. They
That is.
said, yeah, that guy with the blonde beard, that one
Yeah.
rebel soldier, that's Rex.
They've said that's Rex. That's canon.
Yeah.
Oh,
They-
shit.
In
they-
Return of the
they
Jedi,
officially
the guy with
said
the
that's Rex, yeah.
blonde facial, that's Rex.
Wow.
So
That's cool.
to piggyback everybody's answers, because I mean technically I am still a new player. I was gifted an account. I put a lot of work into this account, but technically I am still considered a new player. Fuck that. I'm not going back and starting. I don't want to go back with the knowledge I have now and start over. That is hell. Just trying to catch up to everyone now is hell. Doing the level grind from 1 to 85 again and then having to restart all of my tunes. No, fuck that shit. There's just too much. There's too much.
Speaking of catching up mechanics, this is one that kind of pisses me off. Is the what is it? The proving grounds.
Yes.
The proving grounds have gotten to a point where it's not a catch-up mechanic, even though they said this is supposed to be a catch-up mechanic. If you didn't get them during Conquest, here, do this. Until you can't beat them with like top-tier Galactic
Exactly.
Legend, you have no chance unless you have a specific team. And that's not a fucking catch-up mechanic, let's be honest.
No, it's not.
I mean, it should be tough, but I should be able to walk in there with my slacker and just wipe the floor and get 3 stars and go home. It might be.
I've never done that mode. How is it impossible? Is it super hard?
It's not impossible.
Coming up to this last one, especially this last one that can't. So each one that's come out, you've had one for each character that was a conquest.
Right.
So you had like Cat, you had Dad Bod, you had Maul. Now it's the
Scythe.
No, it's the Interceptor.
Yeah, Interceptor. I knew
The
it was one of the
Interceptor
two.
one, you need like Relic 9 full team of a specific team to even
To put a dent in it.
I beat it with like 1 star, but that's ridiculous. All the other ones I've 3-starred. It may have taken me twice to get through it, but to be called a catch-up mechanic and then not let you catch up is fucking stupid. CG has fucked them all.
Is it a fleet battle or is it a regular like a?
No,
it's
ground.
It's a separate one. So once you get to a certain point, Proving Grounds comes around once a month, and it's a special event. And you can go through and you can get these shards for these conquest characters that are no longer available anywhere else. So like if you don't have
Conquest?
No, it's in the events tab.
So
and it's called Proving Grounds.
No, it's literally a separate event for they call it
it's like an assault battle
because
I've never seen
they
it.
give you it's not enough.
Say you don't have Cat, and you know the guild you're in is not doing rote. You can go into these Proving Grounds and you can do 1 battle for Cat, get 20 shards, and then it being a catch-up mechanic. Tell me why in the hell it costs you 2,200 crystals to refresh it.
But that's the other thing about CG, and that's how they've kind of designed this game. If you look at it, Jabba is accessible. Kenobi, you need Cat. I mean, you can have Kenobi and you can have a team that can possibly help you out in GAC, but without Cat, that team is not what it should be. Lord Vader, if you don't have Maul, that team is not what it should be. Now, if you have Lord Vader at high relics and a really good supporting cast and Datacrons, okay, you can break Maul away and make a Mandalorian team for GAC. But really, I feel like for new players, the GLs to be worked on are Slicker, Rey, Jedi Master Luke, but then you've got to look at, and actually, SCE is not a bad choice either because C will really help your ships.
C is really free to play, and you get the Imperial troopers out of them, and the troopers team you cannot sleep on because they are.
You get double drops. You get double drops for those guys.
Oh yeah.
Everybody for C. C is. I think Arnold went through and redid his. He did a free to play account. He got C and Slacker like 6 months.
Oh, nice.
So he had 2 GLs right off the bat.
I figured it'd be first order.
All right, gentlemen. Let me hit up the next topic. So we did that. So with where CG is going, we've had the Tuscans. We're now going into Cal Kestis and new Toons. The new game is going to hit. Kane and I have played the old one. It's Dark Souls of the lightsaber. I'm hoping the second one has some elements like that because if it's like that, oh my god,
it does.
Out of it. But do we like where CG is going? Are we enjoying this where they're headed with these Toons? We've had Tuscans, we got Cal Kestis, stuff is happening, new season of Mandalorian. We don't know if any Toons from the new season are coming. We haven't been told anything yet. Could be some new shit. Don't know. But do we like where the game is headed? And is a legend on the horizon? Because I think there is. I think we're getting one soon. I think a hint is going to be dropped soon. And at least on the next road ahead, which is supposed to happen in April, we should be getting some news on the new raid. So, do we like what's going on with the game right now? Sturm, let's start with you, brother.
I mean, yeah, I almost never complain about this game too much because it's Star Wars and I love Star Wars. So,
What?
well,
I believe
I
I believe that was
complained
called
sometimes.
bullshit.
But right now, right now I'm in a good place, I guess, with the game. So I'm content with it. But yeah, no, I guess I have complained a lot in the past. I will. Um, the next Galactic Legend. There's a lot of talk about Endor Leia. I'm kind of hoping for like some kind of version of Mando to be the next Galactic Legend, though. That might be a ways off because I think we'd have to finish this season first, and they may want to wait a while to do a galactic version of Mando. But no, I don't know. I've gone through phases where I've been like pissed off at the game and everything, but right now I'm feeling good where things are going. I'm excited for Cal Kestis. I feel like I've pretty much caught up on most everything I want to be caught up on. So yeah, I'm in a good place. I'm feeling good.
All right, Big Country, what do you got?
We're better than we were. I'll say that much. The reason I think it's going to be GL Leia is because this is the 40th year anniversary of Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
And it's been 12 months since Jabba was released. He was released last year.
It's been 12 months.
So we're due a GL. So there is definitely a GL announcement coming. I have a feeling, and I think we're going to see Leia in the new game, the new Fallen Jedi Savior game. And the reason being is because they're pushing the characters, right? So we got Seer, we got Cal Survivor. We're going to get Cal, we got Cal Scrapper. We're going to get Cal Survivor. We're going to get Tofor, and we're getting
Marin.
We're getting Marin, Tofor, and
I'm looking forward to that tune. I'll take it. I will take it.
I can't think of his name right now. Saul Guerrero. We're getting Saul, right? So they've already said that.
Yeah, we're getting Saul Guerrero.
All of those are going to be required for the next GL, I guarantee you. So that's because they're going to throw those marquees in there because they always have a marquee with the new GL launch, right? And then they're going to take an obscure team, which is going to be, I hate saying it, but it's going to be Ewoks. Ewoks with C-3PO. They'll give us a couple others, but that's it. And then that's probably gonna be 50% of what's required for Gia Leia, and she's probably gonna be announced here.
So I wanna touch that with the GL Leia. If they do a GL Leia, I think it's gonna be the episode 9 Leia. And it's going to be for the Ewoks. No. It'll be for the Ewoks. No. It'll be for unaligned Force users.
No, she's going to be a rebel. She's going to be a rebel GL. We don't have a rebel GL. We just got a Hut Cartel.
She's been a Force user the entire time, though. So you can't.
She has been. Well, supposedly she has been after Return of the Jedi because
she heard Luke's voice when Luke was dangling off the Cloud City. She heard it. She's a Force user.
Oh yeah. No, she's very Force user. But if you look,
Leia, the only thing she does is wear a green poncho. I mean, come on, that version of Leia can't be a Galactic Legend, right?
No, it'll be the version. Was it Frack?
She's going to give you a cracker, and that cracker
with her helmet on.
Explode in your mouth.
Hold on. Stern brought up an interesting point, and I see where he's getting at. But I think what I want to add, and Country, you said this too. The Rebel faction is the one faction that really hasn't had a lot of love lately. And if you give that a GL, now Sturm, I get it. What did she do? She wore a poncho. She fed Wicket a fucking cookie. I get it. That's all she did.
But what did Zori Bliss do? What did Swolo do? You know what I mean? Like,
Jabba sat on his fat ass and fed people to the Rancor and ate frogs.
Oh, shoot up.
He got 15 minutes of screen
Fuck.
time.
He
You
got
look-
locked in his limo and ate his fat ass to death.
But
Now, hey, we
No,
have
that's Spaceballs. That's
we
Spaceballs.
have seen Leia with a lightsaber. There was
Yes.
that training montage when it was, I can't remember if it was
True.
episode 9 or it was one of the shows. She was
was
talking.
9.
It was 9. She was talking about training with Luke, and they're in the woods. Both of them have their lightsabers out, and she is using the Force and kicking Luke's butt.
I don't think you are going to see, if that
What
happens,
could have
I don't
been?
think you're going to see Leia with a lightsaber. I think you're going to see an Endor Leia who has a very specific kit designed, a legendary kit designed for Rebels, which could potentially incorporate maybe CLS, other areas of the Rebel faction, because the Rebel faction, I mean, what do you got? You got Radis, you got Mon Mothma, but closer to Endgame, do you really have Mon Mothma? Because Cara Dune, you're putting on Sana Staros. So the Rebel faction is one of those factions that kind of gets fractured as they add shit in. That is the only faction really left of any prominence in this game that doesn't have a GL to tie it together.
It's true.
It's
Can
true.
I go now?
No, Mikey, it's all
Right.
you, brother. Go ahead. What do you got?
They could do hippie Leia with the braids and shit when she's like, you know, in the end of the world. They could do that.
Oh,
That might
You
be
want
gonna
Leia?
go, sir. We go then. Go with that. Are you gonna go? Go. You go first.
Hear
You
from Mike. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. Well, one is going to be light side, obviously, because it's not even. Two, there's only one girl that's a GL, which, Disney can't have that. Not to start any, I'm a girl dad, so I can say that.
Mike, you have two in. Come on, Mike. You're
Three.
being distracting right now. What the hell?
Three. I think that they're gonna rework fucking Lando, throw Lobot in there, couple of those Rebel Scout scrubs, give the Navy guy what he wants with the camo headed fucking Leia, and like her specials are gonna be, she's gonna take one of those fucking riders, she's gonna just take out like one of your guys, just gone, almost like a fucking Darth Nihilus Pow. Then she's gonna give you one of those crackers. And then your head's gonna explode when you eat it. And then she's gonna take that little fucking thing she had, Return of the Jedi, even though it's not part of that movie. And she's gonna fucking roll that, and it'll be like an anti-Java squad or something. I don't know.
Holy shit.
She's gonna
That's
turn
not fun.
Jabba the Hutt into Pizza the Hutt.
Oh, that's her ultimate. That's Leia's ultimate.
There you go. Oh,
She
chokes him
turns
out?
into Hutt
Maybe
Slayer
she'll-
Leia and
Maybe
flips
she'll
over
choke
Jabba
her-
and kicks his
she'll
ass
choke her
out.
the fuck out. That's awesome. Good at
Just
it.
like she did in the
Pulls out.
the event.
She's gonna pull out a key fob and lock Jabba in his limo.
Hey, they already got the fucking CG. They already got the steam for it. They just pop it in there, and you're not gonna do nothing.
That's her ultimate takeout. It doesn't even have to be Jabba. It could be anybody. She'll
How-
just whip out the chain and jump
Now,
over.
who
him.
do I want?
Oh, here we go. Here we
You
go.
wanna go?
Here it is.
Man,
Here it is.
I would give me a double lightsaber, purple and red fucking Revan, and you can just make them neutral. And you can choose what you want them to be for any particular gap conquest, fucking light side, dark side. Just he can, whatever you're doing, he can roll with the light, he can roll with the dark, and he can go with whatever OR rolls with that side.
I would
That'd
have
be dope.
I would have agreed with you if the development for the game for the PS5 wasn't canceled.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Kane, give the news.
Don't
So-
laugh, Sturm.
So, Knights of the Old Republic was supposed to be remade completely from the ground up,
Yeah, why?
and released on the 5. They halted and canceled all production indefinitely. the game is not going to be made.
Yeah.
But I
sure
thought
that's
I
Kathleen
pre-ordered
Kennedy's-
that shit
that's
already.
Kathleen Kennedy's
Go
fault.
go get your money back. Go get your money back before it turns into StarCraft Ghost.
What's that website that does the limited games or whatever? I already bought the fucking kit or whatever the fuck they were selling.
Yeah, get your money back because
Yep.
it's not canceled. It is delayed indefinitely. That's how
What
they
happened?
can
Some money shit?
that's how they can hold your money. That's how they can hold your money.
God
You
damn
have
it.
to ask for a refund.
Yeah, which means the company could pick it back if another company decides to invest and pick the project back up. They could.
Well, they have
But-
so EA will have to sell it. EA and Disney will have to sell it for another gaming studio to pick it back up. That'll
Are they
never
just not
happen.
rolling with OR? Are they just not rolling with OR? I thought OR became canon. Didn't Disney make OR canon?
So yes and no. Yes and no.
Hmm.
The problem is that the development team got overworked and pulled and then fired. The director and the lead artist designer or something for the game were both fired. So they put it on an indefinite hold because those were the two guys who worked on the original. They pitched it, and since they both got fired, they're not doing the game anymore.
Plus, in that last Star Wars movie, I think the Red Sith Troopers at one point had a patch on them, which was called Revan's Legion.
Oh.
So,
Really?
in that last movie, at least I heard that, I read that somewhere, that if you look very closely, there's like a patch on them that is supposed to be Revan's Legion.
Now,
So
I thought Disney released some Revan books. Was that not Disney?
it
No,
wasn't Disney that released them, but they did release Revan books.
There was one Revan book. It was Drew Carrick. What the fuck's his name? I have it here. Let me go look. It's right here.
The only way
that was
Revan's going to
pre-Disney, though.
become solid canon is if Filoni pulls them into The Mandalorian season 3.
Or Ahsoka.
Or
Why don't we have a trilogy of these going on right now? That's my thing. Like, you have prime real estate for the Old Republic.
So
And
everyone here in the panel is old enough to know. But for those of you that are watching that don't know, whenever I referenced, StarCraft Ghost was a game that was developed way back in the day for the Nintendo 64. It was supposed to revolutionize StarCraft games on console, and it was you played as Ghost. They got all the way up to the first delay of the game, canceled it, deleted it, never released it, never announced it, anything. And, like I said, a lot of these guys probably know about it and played it.
I kind of remember that. It was like you were the sniper on the field.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that.
My gripe with this, and the reason that I use that as a reference, was I pre-ordered that game at Funko Land. I had it paid off. I had the collector's edition. I was a huge StarCraft fan, and I had it paid off. Like, I was little kid mowing lawns, making payments on this shit, and the collector's edition was under $100. This should tell you how old we are. But they never announced anything, and when Funko Land got bought out, so did my money. That's why I'm
crazy.
saying they delayed this game indefinitely, Mike. You need to fucking get your refund before somebody buys them out.
Yeah, I spent like $80 on it. It was Drew I still can't say his name. Carpashipian, whatever, is the only Revan book they ever had.
So was it for the Old Republic game? Is that what it was for? Or is
They
it
were
just
Yeah, well, there was the two KOTOR
Old
games,
Republic, yeah.
but they were supposed to do both of them. I don't understand why they don't just make a fucking third one and just have a new idea. That'd be what Disney should do.
Because that's Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO.
MMO, yeah, there's MMO, yeah, but like there's two actual video games.
Oh no, I know. I played it both.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to be remastering those suckers.
That's
Then-
what I think. That's what he's talking
and-
about. Yeah,
and then he
that's
sucked.
what he's talking.
But going back to the GL idea, that's a really cool idea. It could be the first tune with 2 leaders. Like just have 2 separate leaderships. That would be awesome.
I've been pitching that for fucking dude. I've been starting. How long have I been pitching that for, man? I've been
Ever
pitching
since
that.
I've known you, buddy.
Well, to be
Fucking-
fair, when they released Jedi Knight Revan and then Darth Revan, that would have been the optimal time to release Revan Reborn. However, what was the next GL after that? Pulled Malik and then
Well, not a
oh,
GL.
then it was
There
Lord
was no
Vader
GLs.
yeah, it was. It was Lord
There
Vader.
weren't GLs yet. There weren't
No,
GLs.
there wasn't a GL.
Oh, there wasn't, right? Slacker was the
Then
first.
it was
Slacker
Ray
yeah.
and Kyle.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that gets
before the GL craze hit, Gas came out.
right.
Because I remember Gas being the first character that required 3 zones.
Oh, it was Revans. It was both Revans. Malik was the first special one.
And then
that needed
Gas
both of
hit.
them.
What
And then
was the
Padme.
hardest
Then it was
event you ever
Padme.
did?
Then it was
Was it-
Padme.
was it-
because Padme was being
Was Gas or Malik the hardest event you ever did?
Gas.
3PO.
Gas.
was
Gas.
hard.
For sure.
Gas was the biggest pain in my ass.
Yeah.
Gas was
dude.
Gas was rough.
I farmed the fucking gas phases for
Actually,
shit damn near a month trying to beat them.
You got a harder one?
Chewbacca was my biggest pain in the ass. Chewbacca was my first pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Really?
Chewie and 3PO.
Chewie was a pain in the ass before we got the new bounty hunters.
Yeah, no,
The old bounty
I
hunters.
agree with you on that.
pain,
Yeah,
and
Chewie was
that
the
one I
best.
Actually, there's only one that I've 3-starred that I've never been able to 3-star ever again, and that was Thrawn. I still fucked that up. I did it one time. The only time I ever 3-starred it. I
Well, if
only
you have
did one.
5 hair, you shouldn't have a problem now.
No, I haven't tried it. But last time I tried it, I think I got 2. I think someone died.
Although
That
to
was
be
the-
fair, I've gone back through Gas Phase 4 and I still can't beat it. I don't know how I beat it the first time.
Really? That's funny.
So let's now that we've done the whole priority of farming and all that, and where CG's headed, let's go around the room, starting with Mike. What are we farming right now? What are you working on to improve your roster? What are you doing for fun?
I'm trying to get Grand Inquisitor done before the event ends, and then I want to do Jabba.
Where are you at? Like, how many more? Does anybody know how many more days in the GI event?
3. There's 3 days and some change. I have all of them relic, almost 5, except for one that's not relic 5. I think 1 or 2. They're all gear 12 at minimum, and I'm just trying to get the gear to. Like Sturm said, I need to join a fucking guild that's bigger.
Yeah, Mike, join a guild. What the hell?
I've been.
Yeah, why don't you have a guild?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid because every time I join a guild, I last for like 2 months, and then they're like, "Oh, you didn't go on fucking Discord and download this, or you didn't."
Well, hey,
Always like-
listen, man. Like I told Mags earlier, like we're really friendly. I've been there for 4 years. We're just some chill dudes. If you ever need one, man, I'm sure you have plenty of people to offer you one, but
Not
let me
really.
know,
I
man.
haven't even asked. I've asked
You
like 2
should join
people.
Bob's guild. You should.
I'd be
Yeah,
open
I
to
mean,
that.
we get Riva shards. We do rote. We do it all. So everything
Alright.
else is on auto. So just get a hold of us. I'm in their Discord. So
I'd invite you to my guild, Mike, but yeah, they'd probably boot you and boot me.
so like I did that.
Wow.
Yeah, I experienced that firsthand. Mike got me booted from.
Oh,
multiple
come on,
guilds.
dude.
Oh
We're
no, I've
even
heard
with
this.
chicken.
I've heard this.
We're
On,
even.
I've heard this on
We're
the
even.
chat.
I
So,
know,
tell us
we're
the
even.
story.
I don't know.
Stern,
I've got
tell
2
us the
strikes
story.
in my guild, so we'll see about that. But
This for real note though, like my guild is actually really really cool. Mike, I actually think that if we had an open slot, dude, you would probably fit in really good. Everything we do for rote for territory wars is we disobey the orders.
Oh,
So that like they lock all the battles and they want rogue actions. In TB, everything is laid out. Like they send you a hot utils message through Discord telling you what they need you to platoon and what star counts are on our TB. I mean, do you literally have to be a moron to fuck it up? And they're really cool. Like they'll tell you, hey, you fucked up today, but you know, you made up for it. Just don't let it happen again. And that's pretty much the end of it. I have no business being in my guild, and fuck, they love me. They tell me all the time. It's like, hey, dude, you fucking help out a lot more than most.
What's
And
your
I,
GPs? What's the GP of your guild? Kim?
four, like 405 mil, 410 mil, something like that. We just broke 400
good.
mil.
Yeah, that's
not
good.
bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's average 8 million per account.
Yeah, no, that's a good spot. That's not a bad spot to be in.
I am one of the lowest GP in my guild.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, you've told me that. And you're in a good spot. You're getting some good stuff when you guys, do events.
Oh yeah.
I just hate that though. I just hate that. That takes away the fun that you have to do this. And I've gotten kicked out of it back when I had to get Geonosians. And I was the only one in the guild that didn't farm him, but I was going for gas. And like you said earlier, he was the man. He was the one. And I would always get the newest person the next time around. And I even told him, I was like, so wouldn't he help us more if I had him? And mind you, I had a 7-star Watt already. But I think they were so irritated that I was the only one that didn't do it. They just booted me one day. And
Bob,
I hate that. And
Bob,
I
I'm so
I
afraid.
thought they were like my brothers. I get that they wanted me to do it. Everyone had a 7-star Watt, so it was just kind of like a power thing.
Light side. My light
What's that?
side's always weaker. My light side's always what's gotten me kicked if it's anything with like roster.
Yeah,
My dark side's always spot on, but my light side, oh my god, they hated me for gas and just
You don't
Yeah,
have
and-
Java yet, do you, Mike?
no sir.
Okay.
and it's just added stress though to what already you have to stress about keeping up. And then you got the guild on your ass, And if you
I don't
have to,
stress, that's why I get kicked.
yeah, exactly. Same
I mean,
here.
a GL is hard enough, and to require that kind of stuff from a guild, it turns this game from a game into a job. It's like a second job.
Yeah,
for us,
I
right?
am-
Especially
But it's always been like that,
especially
right? Like you
content
asked
creators,
earlier.
right?
I am
This is
so
a
Asked earlier.
I am
It's
so
ridiculous.
terrified. I am so terrified to get kicked out of my guild because no other guild will accept me. None.
Because of your GP.
No,
That's
not because of my
We'll go over
GP.
Bob's guild, we'll be fine, Kane.
Not because of my GP. I'm in a 400 plus mil guild that is doing road. I don't
Yeah.
fucking have cam.
Hey, we got guys in our guild that don't have cam either, and we're starting to do road now. We're doing exclusively road.
Oh yeah,
both
we
of them
started
got-
day one.
What are they going to do to make up for that? Because there's going to be people who never get cam if
The
there's
road
cam
currency.
right?
Cam you can get for get 3, and you get 3 for doing road.
Ah.
It's a hell of a fucking farm though.
Yeah, but it's the newer
The new
Wampa Hoda farm, right?
but
Yeah.
the, but
Yeah.
the,
It's the new
but the
Cam.
other thing I think people are forgetting is Cam really making a difference in your roster right now?
I don't have them 7
What,
stars.
He
is,
does
what,
for
is, what
certain
does Cam do?
Under
What is, in the
under
grand scheme of things, with everything out there in the game right now, what does Cam do?
Gets a lot of
JML,
people.
he hits like a freaking truck.
Okay, but I would prioritize Watt over Cam.
and see, I have a
Yeah,
7-star one.
I would prioritize Armor over Cam. I mean, Cam is good in a. I mean,
I'm at
Cam is
I'm at
good.
99 of 100 for
Cam is
armor.
good in a Qui-Gon Jinn squad. Like right now, hold on. Let's be real about it. When you think about Cam, where are you seeing him the most? Qui-Gon Jinn, right?
Well, that and if your guild is doing road, Avant put it in the chat. You need him for operations and road.
Well, relic.
Yeah, but that
far
is
as on
not
team.
critical to your game.
Well, we were kind of talking about that earlier today on the RSG's lunch hour stream about where would you put Cam, and yeah, it kind of sits under Qui-Gon at first, but if you relic him up, even a relic 7, and put him on a JML squad, all the bonuses he gives to JML and then JML redistributes that team is ridiculous with Cam on it.
No, his bonuses for Galactic Republic Jedi. I mean, his bonuses are good, but
he one-shot idiots.
I don't know. I find there's more utility in Watt. There's more utility in armor. There's just
So for as far as Watt, I mean, you can put him with GG, but really Watt's position was C, right? That's why
Yeah.
Trench isn't a big deal, because Trench would take Watt away from C. And then what do you got for C? You don't have a lifter for C.
I actually put Watt with my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren when I want to counter very obnoxious Lord Vaders.
I guess you could plug him in there too. I look at Watt. Watt's kind of the new Thrawn, right? Thrawn used to be the Toon that would go anywhere.
Yeah.
You could throw him in. He was kick ass anywhere you put him. But then he kind of got left behind. I mean, where do you put Thrawn now? You throw Thrawn with a Vader or an EP squad, right? That's
Exactly, and
You
that's
just
what
need
I
one
don't.
fracture. Get that fracture off, and then he's worthless.
And
using
that's
that
what
one
I
fracture.
I don't feel Cam has the same amount of utility as a Watt, or like I think players can
His
get
armor
by
tread.
not getting Watt immediately. I think that's Watt is icing on the cake. Watt is a luxury. If you get it, awesome. But in overall GAC, how you're trying to maintain crystal income, I don't feel like Cam is something that you
I'll
should
give
really
you that.
worry about.
I mean, Cam and Watt are kind of in the same boat for me. They're great utility, but if you don't have them, I mean, you're not missing a whole lot. But they do add where they add.
Yeah, no, they do.
But if you don't have them, you're not. It's not like having JMK and not having Cat, right? If you don't have Watt, C is still gonna do C things, but it just might.
I don't think he's breaking the game. Like when I see him, I'm not like, oh no, what do I do? I just go kill him first.
I mean,
Right,
if you're going off that logic, though, then you could say the same thing about Maul. Even though Maul boost Mandos, and it's without him, you can use Bam.
I tell you what, Dash, Hondo, and Bam together, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but I would
For offense. Defense,
I would counter that argument with the fact that Maul right now with decently modded and relic Mandalorians can actually has been proven to beat Reva. So
okay,
again,
tell me about this counter because I haven't seen this on any videos or anything.
no,
And you guys are talking
out.
about it.
I've watched the video. It's very interesting. Things have to be modded right, but again, it's with every Toon you invest in, it's one of those things where what is your return? And I just while I know why people like Cam, like all right, to be honest, at 10.5 million in GAC, you know where I see Cam on a Qui-Gon Jinn team. You know what I counter a Qui-Gon Jinn team with? Really good Bad Batch. And Cam is not even a factor. So
Yeah,
That's a good point. That's a good
as you
point.
get later in the game, that investment is just not now. Earlier mid game, Cam may help you, but I think there's other things you could work on that would help you more.
I don't know, 7.5 mil, he's kicking ass for me. So.
For me, it also goes to the fun of the game. Like I like to make sure I get everybody 7-starred. So like if I didn't have him 7-starred and like we went to do the Rise of the Empire and I couldn't get him anymore, that pissed me off because I like the collector aspect of it too. Even if he sucks, like I got most of my Toons except for the new ones, everything's 7-starred. That's one of my goals.
That's the thing that pissed me off about Road, but it's not so bad because the battles aren't as bad. The battles are pretty easy. It's the relic requirements to get the platoons to get the stars for the guild. I mean,
Yes.
that's that requirement where it's like you got to do the low grades, you got to do the Hoth Rebel soldiers, you got to do these obscure freaking Toon that you're never going to use. They're just going to sit on the roster and be bench warmers.
Yeah, Imperial.
Do you need
Probe
Sith
droid.
Marauder? You need Sith Marauder Relic 9?
Now,
You can use him.
Sith Marauder actually goes great on a Darth Revan team. He also does awesome undersea. So
Yes.
Marauder's worth it. And he's got a ship.
Anywhere
Wolverine
else, yeah.
Jack and shit.
So
He's a fucking Ewok.
Bob and everybody in chat and everybody on the panel, if you guys haven't watched it yet, I just posted the Maul Reva counter video in our Discord and general chat.
I'll check it out after the stream.
But
Yeah, it's possible. And apparently, the Cheapio Datacron with C-3PO on a Jedi, if I heard it right on the Gambit, with a Jedi Master Kenobi also works.
That sounds damn
So
near.
far, there's only 2 counters that we know of that actually deal with Reva, who is just absolutely disgusting.
Logan, do you have Reva yet? Where are you
I
at?
do
with Reva?
not. I need probably another month.
What's your shard count?
190 of 330.
Nice.
God damn.
I'm at 143, so I probably need two more
Hold on.
territory battles after you.
I'm at fucking 54.
I'm at 0.
And
That's still good.
hold
That's
on,
still good.
that's another interesting question for the panel. And I know a lot of people were going for this. It's the latest. It's the greatest. It's going to be amazing. It's so good. Omicron, Reva, revive, fuck you up.
Fucking Mags.
Is it?
I got 6.
Is it?
I got 16, motherfucker.
All right.
That's
But
1-6.
is this necessary to freak out about? I mean, we've already got, as time has gone on and Reva's been out, we've already got a couple counters, maybe more to follow. But again, it's, if you have it, great. It could give you an edge, but they're already finding ways to beat it. Is the latest and greatest really something to bet?
If
I'm
I can hit auto on a GL, then yes. On any
Yeah.
GL. Even C.
Yeah,
If I can just hit auto,
Yeah,
I'm
but see,
good.
Starkiller can do the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but you should, exactly. You should have enough off meta counters and other counters to be able to do that.
Well, that goes back to your comment of it being specific, right? Like, so everything's so specific, even with the kits for these tunes that, like you said, you can find a counter for it. It's not like back in the day where you have one guy who you can't beat, right? Like you'll always be able to find somebody now. I think that's what they want because it makes people spend more because then they know they can counter it. So you got 10 million account like you're going to try to get them. That way it's, easier for you.
Okay, but
I'm gonna tell you what, I bet you the Cal squad is gonna just roll Reva.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What about,
I'm thinking that, to be honest.
is that
So,
going to be specific, dude, or is that going to be all around good, or just?
Oh
what do you
no,
what do you think?
I think Cal and Sear, just looking at those two kits right now, regardless of what the others do, those two in and of themselves, with the offense they build from the other team taking turns, the turn meter gain from the Inquisitor and Reva, it's just they're gonna sit back and then as long as you make them tanky and slow, once they take a turn, they're gonna be one-shotting people off the board.
Yeah.
Regardless
And the fact that the actual debuff of Purge really hurts Jedi, and so far in all the kits that we've gotten, no one is classified as Jedi.
That's what I mean. I think that's what the prepared squad was missing Dash, right?
Yeah,
Because without Dash, the prepared squad had that whole prepared mechanic, which was supposed to be this cool new mechanic, but it didn't do jack and shit. However, now you put Bam in there as a lead and giving Vandor Chewie that revive mechanic automatically. He automatically gets prepared. He just revives the whole team.
I don't know, man. I have my young Lando at Relic 7, and he hits like a fucking truck.
Well, yeah, but you need him at Relic 7 to hit like a truck. Anything
Yeah.
less than that, and he doesn't. He hits like he's a wet noodle, regardless
Yeah.
of how much you built up on him.
Yeah, he's got to be reliced up with decent mods, but he does. He hits
So-
like a fucking truck.
So I mean, Reva's okay for now, and this always happens. You get the new hotness out, and nothing can beat him. You might be able to figure out one or two squads that can beat him, but eventually everybody's going to beat him.
Now here's my question.
Remember after GG's rework, how much of a pain in the ass he was?
Yeah.
it took a little bit to get him down.
I heard about the Grievous rework.
The Grievous rework was kicking. You do GG nuke, and you couldn't touch it. The instant you killed anybody but GG, and your team was wiped.
But see, my question is, so you have the mall counter, and it says mall Mandos no GLs. That counter is Riva, and then they find out that the Chupio Datacron can do it. Is that going to be how they approach all the new hotness? Is throwing Datacrons at it?
That
yeah.
makes you spin. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
making people spin to counter the newest thing. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm stepping
They're
off
gonna
camera,
want you
but
to
I'm still on headset. So
They're going to want
You're good, bud.
focus down on a specific Datacron and possibly to the point with specific secondary stats, because when you think about it, when Datacron
you're
stat hits, you're safe for 4 months.
you're going to need the tune specific Datacron for that counter.
Yeah, and
You're
if you
going to need
get
the
it,
Chupio Cron.
and if you get it for 4 months, you're golden. You've got it.
And see, that's what I believe. Whenever I was talking with Nev, that's what I believe all the veteran players' problem is. I'm not gonna jump back on the Datacrons are bad, Datacrons are raw. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna jump back on that wagon. But
Well, they are. They suck. So.
Oh no, they're
anyway.
trash. They could get rid of Datacrons and everybody would be happy.
No, I actually I want to direct that question to Sturm, because where you're at about 9 point something million. How are you feeling Datacrons are affecting your game and what you're dealing with every day?
They don't affect me too much. I'm in Kyber 2 in the GAC, and I usually don't run into too many people with like Datacrons that are like off the boards. I did run into one guy, and he put on defense like all these. He had basically every relic, or every level 9 Datacron with the relic 7 tunes. Like he had Afras and everything. Afra has one, right? Maybe not
Yeah.
Afra.
Yes, Afra
Yeah.
has one.
So, and I was like, what? I didn't even. I was like, what? This guy's got every single team has a level 9, relic 7 Datacron, and that was the one guy. I was like, I not even try. But most of the time, Datacrons, they help a little bit, but they don't have a huge impact on my game, because I don't run into people who are maniacal about them in Kyber 2, except for that one guy. So, but I still hate them. It just drives me crazy, because when you do run into a team like that, like I don't know, I don't have the time to figure out all the counters, and I don't have the corresponding Datacrons myself to counter those, or the tunes probably, because I don't have a lot of those. Like the new set of Datacrons, I don't have any of those guys, Relic 7, to really to take advantage of those. So it sucks. I hate those, but whatever.
I'll say the first time the Datacrons have saved me is today in TW. And that's because I was going against level 2 Datacron Inquisitor group, and I had never fought them before. My only saving grace was I had CLS squad available, and I had a Datacron that added anytime you put a debuff on the enemy, it does 2% health damage, pure health damage to them. And my CLS squad just wiped them out like they were standing still.
Yeah, I have that Datacron.
That's the only time a Datacron has helped me. Other than that, Datacrons can fucking just kick rocks. They can get the fuck out of here.
I have the Grand Inquisitor level 9 Datacron, and so I put that on defense, and a couple of times I've run into guys who had no idea what to do with it, and I see like it got like 6 defenses, and I got a win because of it, because they didn't full clear me. But for the most part, the Datacrons, they don't have a huge impact.
So that brings up another topic, because it's been brought up to us, and it's been brought up on other cast about putting Inquisitors on defense. Everybody says don't put them on defense, use them on offense.
Oh, absolutely.
But right here, Sturm, you're breaking the meta, putting them on D.
I put them on D because I figure, especially with that relic or that level 9 Datacron, that most of the people I'm running into aren't going to know how to deal with it, and they're going to fuck it up. And that's more often than not, that's been the experience, and it gets a bunch of holds. There've been a bunch of times too, and it gets one no holds. It gets cleared in one battle, but that's that. And especially this was last round, we had 3v3. I figured that was the best way for me to do that because, frankly, I mean I don't have a ton of experience playing Inquisitors on offense either. So I'm like, I'll let them try and figure it out and get past it, and if they can, great. If not, fuck them.
No, I would. Wow, I couldn't.
I
agree.
mean that kind of works for the only reason that works is because it's a fairly new team and people just don't know how to deal with it yet.
Exactly. That's
I
exactly.
mean the same things with the Revens. You go back far enough, it's the same thing with the Revens. When GAC was first running around before Datacrons, before GLs, I had both Revens. I was throwing them on defense, and I was just wiping the board with idiots. And then I'm like, you know what? This is no longer fun for me. So I stopped putting them on defense just because it was like, if you have a GL, you throw them on defense, you win. Well, what fun is that? I like a challenge. So I wasn't putting GLs on defense. I was putting my Revens on defense. I wanted to play the game. But now with Datacrons, it's like unless you go through and scout your guy and see what Datacrons he has, there's no strategy to it. And even then, if there is, if they have a certain Datacron, you're screwed. It was like set 5 trying to get through that Lord Vader Datacron. It was impossible
I just
for
I
the average player.
I keep my Inquisitors on offense just because it's such a if it's modded right, like a lot of people think that your Grand Inquisitor has to be the fastest. He doesn't. You need the supporting cast kind of go first, lay out a shitload of purge. That way, when you reach 6 stacks, Grand Inquisitor can do his thing, and then the entire team just melts.
Oh, that's the other thing that grinds my gears is fucking have to remod my roster just to beat a freaking event or do a certain thing. Because your mods get locked when they go into GAC. So it's like, oh, I got to counter this, but I got to remod. Okay, crap, I can't. So my tunes get modded. They stay modded. I do not go through and remod anything for anything because it's just
same way.
I
Never
think that's fucking ridiculous. My 501st is still modded for the cam mission. That's the way they're modded. Because I can't be bothered with remodding.
That's actually not a bad way to mod them. They're healthy as hell.
Oh yeah, they're healthy and they hit like trucks.
Yeah, so that's the way to do it. And I feel like
I just leave them that way.
And I feel like with the Riva mission, it's almost the same way. Like you don't want Grand Inquisitor going first. You want some of the supporting cast to go to develop the 6 stacks of purge. That way, Grand Inquisitor does his thing, and the team melts. And
I want Seven Sister to go first, I think.
Yeah, and I've learned
that's the only remod I do right now. I make Seven Sister the fastest, and I lucked out the way they're modded. I beat it every time. I have the turn meter goes perfectly, and you get the 6 stacks of purge, you get the tenacity up, kill scavenger, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
but that's the only remod I do is I make her the fastest, and I have I put my number 1 speed set on her, and then that's all I have to do, and I'm good to go.
And that's kind of how I've been remodding my Inquisitors overall, because I feel like their kits they operate better that way. Now, once people get Riva, that's going to change because Riva places 5 stacks of purge, and then Grand Inquisitor places 1, so there's your 6. Grand Inquisitor goes, and you just die. That's it. But in that respect, until I get her, I've kind of been keeping how my Inquisitors are modded dependent on the mission because they work better.
Yeah.
She becomes the lead on that team, right? Once you get her.
Who's that, Riva?
Yeah.
No, I think she's still support, right?
No, Riva's the leader.
Yeah.
Grand Inquisitor is, it's the Riva leadership you want.
He's a little backward lore-wise, but whatever.
That's above my GP, so.
So now that we've done all that, let's hit up the next thing. Now that CG loves to do this. We got Tuscans, we got Cal, we got all this stuff. What do you guys personally in your experience in playing this game, what do you guys think is coming? Kane, let's start off with you. What's coming?
Yeah, shit. You know what I think's coming.
Yeah, but I want to hear you say it.
They're gonna bring him into the game, bud.
And
You know he's coming.
and
They're gonna bring the Gungans, bud.
Oh, just dark.
It's screaming Gungans right now. I mean,
No,
they're
I'm not
hitting
even
hard
I'm
at
not even
Gungans.
gonna push. I'm not even gonna push the Darth Jar Jar. I would actually love for them to somehow incorporate that into the game. But Darth, I don't see Darth Jar Jar coming. I I honestly do see a Gungan faction coming.
No way. No way. I don't
I'm
believe it.
dead.
Not
I'm
for a
dead
second.
serious.
Keep the
I-
Gungans
I-
summons
I-
up.
I have to second Kane on that one because
Boss
we don't
Nass,
have.
Jar
Gungan-
Jar. Who else? The general, whatever dude, and
Well,
then what?
you got Boss
Bad guy.
Nat, you got Jar
Gungan
Jar,
warrior,
you
maybe?
got General what's his butt.
Yeah, he had a weird little he had it looked like a catfish or something kind of.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
a
catfish guy.
generic Gungan warrior. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, throw a
Yeah.
robot in there. Throw a robot in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
No,
for
what's
crying out
yours?
loud.
No, that would be so silly. It'd be so stupid. No
You
way.
have
It makes
Tuscan
sense.
Warrior, you have Tuscan Shaman. Those aren't named characters. You've got
There was a
Hawk
bunch
Scout.
of
Gungan shaman.
You've got
Walk
you got
Scout's not
Sith
named.
Trooper.
And could you imagine Jar Jar's animation, him fumbling around and destroys your GL?
It's so stupid. Can't happen.
I'm just saying. I'm not. Do I want to see him in the game? Yes, but speaking realistically, going outside of just fucking with Logan like I always do, I 100% say Jar Jar is going to be coming to this game. I mean, they're going to bring Gungans in. They have to. Like it's been everywhere that they're starting to run out of characters.
All right, I'm gonna end this nonsense. All right, I'm gonna end this right now. All right, so you need to stop. So here we go.
You're only two in. You're only two
No.
in. You can't do it yet.
No, I'm beyond 3.
Oh, you're beyond 3.
No, I've been covert about it. I'm beyond 3. So I'm gonna end.
he's real quiet and he's like
I'm gonna end this nonsense right now and tell you that I'm sorry, but we are in the midst of a new season of Mando. We have a new game coming. It was announced that there's more Star Wars movies on the horizon. None of this has anything to do with that useless fucking species that did nothing but be accident prone in the favor of one faction have anything to do with this mobile game. It's not happening. Stop jerking my dick and fucking with me on this. I'm done discussing these Gungan fucks. It's not happening anytime soon.
so
And
let me get this straight.
I gave my vow. I gave my vow, and I'm comfortable giving that vow because I know it's not happening.
So you're
And
fine. You're fine with some 1.5 to 2 foot tall furry Oompa Loompas running around with pig stickers and bow and arrows and shit. They can't even really say anything. But Gungans who actually had a military force. The Ewoks were just like throwing rocks at shit. But you're fine with the
That's
Ewoks
true.
being in the game. But the Gungans, you can't. The Gungans had shield generators. They had fucking energy orbs and shit. I mean, they actually had weapons. And then you'd go all the way from fucking episode 1 to episode 6, and they introduce the fucking Ewoks with rocks. Rocks, goddammit. And
You
you're
know
like,
why?
hey,
Hey,
Low Gray will
don't
peg
forget
the
the
fuck out of
chopsticks.
you from deep. Low Gray
You know
will peg you from 600 feet. Take the dick
You know
off a hummingbird.
You want to know why? Do you really want to know why? Because I can cuddle with an Ewok.
You furry bastard.
That's why.
Hey, you can cuddle with the Gungan.
Anyone else around the panel? Do you want to see Gungans in this fucking game? Sternbach?
Never.
Why?
I never want to see them. Because
You're cool
when I
with
first saw
Ewoks, but why not Gungans?
When I first saw Ewoks, I was 7. When I first saw Gungans, I was 23. And so maybe that had something to do with the fact why I accept Ewoks but reject Gungans. But Jar Jar, he was just over the top, silly, comic relief, and I don't know how you put him in any kind of battle seriously without it being a complete and utter joke.
You attach a
Right?
droid to his foot and let him just fucking stomp to some music. Shooting shit.
Man, I don't want to see he's gonna run around and that stuff is just not. I don't want to see.
No, his special would be he goes to hit the guy you want him to hit, and he like falls and hits the guy.
That's the thing. No one can be serious about the Gungans. Like, you can't be serious about them, right? There's nothing serious about them. At least the Ewoks, they took out a walker. You know, they put the
triple and
line and took out the scout troopers.
Okay.
They were Native Americans, man. They were primitive. They fucked up their invader. They fought their asses off.
Without them, the Death Star is
showed up and went,
there, man. Without the Ewoks, that Death Star is still up there blowing shit up. What
They
the hell
shot.
did Gungans do?
They
Nothing.
shot an Ewok in the ass, and it died.
Well, it's a
Not a single Gungan was shot in the ass and died.
But Jar Jar can smoke a fucking blunt, be stupid, and destroy a tank, and that's okay?
What
That's
did he
because
smoke?
he's the Dark Lord.
Well, anybody
Jesus
that fucking
Christ.
stupid and accident prone smoked some shit.
I mean,
Okay.
have you seen Jackie Chan's Drunken Master? That's Jar Jar's stick, man.
It
He
is.
acts like a fool, and he just throws you off your guard, and he fucks you up.
Can you imagine him doing the crane with his ears, just throwing them fuckers up?
I can't do it.
With all seriousness, I bet you we will get that what we just saw in Mando, that character, because it's the guy that played Jar Jar, plays that
Yes,
Jedi.
that was awesome, wasn't it? He was great. That was
I'll
fantastic.
be best. Yeah.
I could see us getting him pretty damn soon.
Hey, that's the only spoiler.
What's that?
That's the only spoiler. And Meet Best is in the latest episode. That's
Yeah,
all
for those that haven't seen that, that happened.
Well,
That's not
that's
saying
all the
anything.
further we can go.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
he
that's
just
not saying
plays a
anything.
character.
It's amazing.
It's not Jar Jar, but
So
Yeah.
everybody should know. Everybody should know that the actor is in the show, because I mean they blew that shit up all over social media, spoilers everywhere, and you got to see his
Yeah, he
face.
felt bad. He felt bad representing such a shit character.
well, see, if you go back and look, to be fair, and this has been out there, if you go back, his lines were rewritten during that movie because of the fact that Jar Jar got such a bad rap from the Phantom Menace.
Yep.
And that's the fans' fault. I blame us. Us diehard fans gave a shit about Jar Jar because his line, he was, I mean, shit you not, he was supposed to be Darth Jar Jar. He was the Phantom Menace. That whole, that was supposed to be a whole
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
He's not bullshitting you.
there's videos out there. To go through the videos and watch.
I didn't do
Yeah,
that
oh
for
yeah. When Padme says, "Oh no, we should let it," or "We should do something else," if you look, Jar Jar in the background, his lips are moving.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Jar Jar is a CG character. That was put there on purpose. He wasn't just mumbling to himself. He was controlling Padme at that point.
Oh, I can't do it.
Old man, I know without the shadow of a doubt.
And then Ahmad Beth said he had to redo the lines for Attack of the Clones because they had to rewrite what Jar Jar was.
I would rather set my dick on fire and put it out with a hammer.
Look, I know without
That
the
was
shadow of a
probably
doubt.
blessing.
I know without the shadow of a doubt that is the worst character that they could bring to this game for you. But I've been telling you for I don't know how long now, you need to go and read the shit on Darth Jar Jar and do a little bit of research. Everything that Mags just said, Jar Jar was supposed to be the Phantom Menace.
I would rather have a long, slow root canal and be rinsed.
Oh no!
Clean.
And
I'm gonna come up with the most horrific things that a human body can go through, and I would rather go through that than accept that reality.
Cornhole in a drunk.
In the comics, he actually uses the Force
Yep.
to save a clone. What is it, save for X?
Uh,
There's a comic that he actually fucking uses the Force to save a clone trooper.
I
And
would
then
rather jump out of a perfectly good aircraft and have my parachute not open.
Logan,
Uh,
with all the new Mando stuff coming out, and the talk of this GL, would you think that like that Baby Yoda guy would be able to get a character or no? Since you're talking about
that's
Mando,
actually a really good question. I've thought of that. That's with what's going on in the new Mando season. What does the panel think? Is with what we have right now, is there a character brewing? Is there a marquee? Maybe
Yes.
maybe
he's
some
getting more.
maybe
He's getting
something
more powerful.
bad.
Well, first of all,
they would have to redo it, and this is my thought, right? So right now, Beskar Mando flies the Razor Crest. They would have to change out the Beskar Mando to fly the new Nubian starfighter that he has, and put the other Mando, the original Mando we have, as the pilot.
That
They'll
should
just do a new Mando. They're just going to do a new Mando. They're not going to do that. They'll
his
just give you a new Mando.
Naboo starfighter has to come to the game.
Yeah,
Right.
it'll be Mando with it'll be Dark Saber Mando will fly. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess we got like what fucking 20 Hans. So
I mean,
Yeah.
I could see them.
You could run a full 5-man squad of Han Solo.
you can run
Baby,
a full
what about
5-man
Baby
squad
Yoda
if
though?
you do.
They bring Baby Yoda in or no?
I think they
when
will.
do that.
Absolutely.
When
They
Grogu
already have Grogu in with both IG-11 and Mando.
when
Beskar.
he's his own character,
His own character.
He's
His
gonna
own-
I don't know if he-
Mandalorian.
he
That's
can
what's
be in his
gonna
pod.
happen.
He'd all be sitting in his pod.
I
think when they
want
bring him
to
in-
wait to see. I want to see what the end of season 3 goes, and then I'll go from there. But the way it's looking,
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing Grogu in full Mando armor. Just saying.
Yep, that's exactly what it's going to be. I don't want to spoiler alert here, but yeah, he's going to become like a full-on Mandalorian warrior, and that'll be the Grogu we get.
What? As a Star Wars fan, is that a little much?
A little bit.
No, that's awesome.
No,
Better
I
than a
want-
goddamn fucking Gungan.
This is the way. I
I'm
want to
just
see.
saying, it's a little much. I feel like
full
him
blown,
in his little cute Mando armor. He's gonna look like a one of
He's
those
gonna be a
bobbleheads.
badass,
Dude,
It'll
it'll be
in the last episode. He's gonna be
it'll be a
badass.
fucking onesie.
He's gonna be a cute little goblin in armor.
It'll be a onesie.
Little medallion now. It's so awesome. It's on his chest. He's got his first piece of armor. I can't wait to
I
get.
mean, Yoda's
That's
lightsaber is
a-
really small.
Technically,
so
that's
I
a
don't know.
second because he has the chainmail. Remember?
Oh yeah, right. You're right. But he needs a helmet. How are they gonna get a helmet on that head?
Oh, they'll get a helmet on it. Have you seen?
Oh,
There's some art out
that
there,
shit'll
man.
be specialty fitted.
Oh, it's gonna have ear holes and
get
everything. His ears are gonna be sticking out. It's gonna be cute as fuck. It's gonna be badass looking too.
That thing was too big for his body. We're going into the Mando review.
Oh, he's growing into it. That's all right.
I'll just shut up.
Anyways, no, I mean, it is possible, but
Fucking bring Grogu to the game, but fuck the Gungans. Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
no,
I'm with you
yeah,
on
no, Kane,
I want the Gungans.
you're an
Well, I
island
guess I don't
by
want him, but
yourself.
I can
Fuck
see him
the
put him in.
Gungans. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
but timing wise, he's right. Like, I'm not gonna get my OR because there's no timing for it. So I think that you're in the same boat I am.
Yeah,
Like,
unfortunately, I think the OR. Yeah, to be honest, the OR and the Gungans are done unless there's Gungans in the new Jedi
or new
Survivor.
content, or there's some new cartoon that comes out.
If
Yeah.
something
So,
comes out,
wait,
we'll
wait,
see 'em.
Aren't the Gungans supposed to be? Aren't the Gungans supposed to be in Ahsoka?
You can't forget.
If they show up in
Sure.
Ahsoka, then I'd be all for having. Then I can see
Why
them.
would the Gungans
Yeah,
be in
bring
a
it into the
Ahsoka?
game.
Why would she be on Naboo?
Why would she be anywhere?
Yeah, but why not?
Look, gentlemen,
How's the connection there?
wait a minute. I just want to throw out there, you all need to forgive Kane. He is going to put on his tinfoil hat at any time to try to
I'm the
make.
same way. I'm the same way. So they are.
But seriously, I think we're gonna have another profundity type ship and another GL. I don't know what they're gonna. I'm guessing this Sith Ravager. I guess everyone's saying if Malgus's ship comes out, I think we're gonna get another capital ship before you know it. If not, then I don't think so. But obviously we have a GL. I
Well-
hope it's a Mando one. I think it's the anniversary of Return of the Jedi. I think we're getting the Endor Leia.
Well,
is what
hold
I'm saying.
on. And when it comes to ships, I know it's been rumored that a Sith ship may be the next conquest unit, but this last conquest unit, Admiral Stench, do we see a capital ship coming?
I don't see a smell or a stench
No,
coming from that one.
they've already
Is-
shot that
it's
down.
I'm not buying his kit at
It's
all.
gonna,
I
it's
don't-
gonna be
not-
another. It's gonna be another character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
C-
His
CG.
move's gonna be
Well, they've been doing character ship, right? So we had what character Malgus, then we had the Interceptor, and now it's Trench is the next character, right? So there's gonna be another character, and then there's gonna be another ship.
Yeah, it was Malgus,
They follow the pattern.
Malgus, Swolo, and Scythe, and now it's
No, was it Scythe? Oh,
Yeah.
it was Scythe. Yeah.
it was
Damn,
Malgus,
that
Swolo,
was-
Scythe. Now it's Trench.
Right.
So one more character before we get a ship. But CG has already nipped that in the butt that we're not getting a capital ship for Trench.
And the Scythe is literally useless right now. Just about. I mean, on offense in GAC, it can do some things, but other than that, for the investment you put into it for an entire conquest,
It
that's the payoff. It really doesn't.
on
Like
D.
in the new TB, it doesn't do shit.
It gets
Yeah, but GAC, you can make 2 Empire fleets now, and they hold.
But
ridiculous.
I could say the same thing about Swolo though. Like I've actually seen some fucking Rays and Swolos. And I mean it's not as unbeatable as what everybody was saying. Fuck, I've beaten one.
Well, yeah, but this goes back to what I was saying earlier, right? It's like when they first come out, yeah, they seem impossible until we figure out what the key mechanics are and how to defeat them, and then everybody and their brother can.
But think of where I'm at in GAC. Like I don't
I'm-
think I'm gonna
I'm
see
not-
a Ray and a Swallow. I never thought that I would see a Ray and a Swallow. And then poof, slut magic, I saw one and I kicked the shit out of it with CLS.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at. Yeah, see, I'm in Kite 4, and I'm seeing them very
That-
rare.
Yeah, that goes into our next real quick topic before we get into the the end of the show where we go through what we're farming. Or we're about to hit 5v5. 3v3
fives.
is over, thank God.
Fuck fives.
So yeah, 5v5. Where are you guys sitting on? Like, where are you guys sitting on GAC? Do you take GAC seriously? And how are you approaching this next 5v5? Let's start with you.
I mean, I take it. Yeah, I take it serious. I try to do well. I just, I'm not the best at all the counters in the world, and so I try to be strategic about my defenses. I usually put 2 or 3 legends on defense, and then use the other ones for offense. And yeah, I mean, I try to do my best, but I have mixed results.
Mike,
So I think I have
go ahead.
some
Go
money in my current bracket from Operation Metaverse.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think so. I sent her a message, but I'd be surprised she's in Kyber too. But the count is over 10.9 million, so I'm not sure why the fuck she's in Kyber too.
Oh damn, 10.9.
Yeah, that's a bitch of an account to go against.
No, yeah, that's rough. That's a lot. Mikey, what do you got? What do you got going on with GAC?
I made it all the way to Kyber 4, and then I missed a bunch of them. I'm at Erodium 4 right now,
And your account is what?
8.5.
And you're at a what? What?
I'm smoking fools. When I play, I
Yeah, no shit, you're smoking, fool.
dead motherfuckers.
You're laying waste to accounts. Like, what are you?
The king of Erodium 4.
Hey, Gak
Sir,
and I,
what is the
Gak,
explanation here?
Gak and I like are a fickle mistress because like I get into it and then I'm like,
Forget to sign up sometimes, Mike.
I haven't forgot to sign up the last 3 or 4, and then I missed like 2 or 3 before that, and then I signed up like 6 in a row. That's how I got to Kyber 4. Then those 2 or 3 I missed dropped me. So whatever.
I'm gonna get up there where you're at, and I'm gonna get to face you in GAC.
No, it's like 6.5, 7. But I mean, like Gak, I just being since the jump pretty much. I'm still just mentally trying to get into it. I know it's weird, but I have my moments. So
Do you guys take GAC seriously? Like, with the fact that it's a crystal revenue and ships being also a crystal revenue. I mean, does everybody here on the panel take GAC seriously, or has it gotten to the point where because you don't spend enough, you just hit a brick wall and you just like, do you take a match or two where you just let things lay where they are, or do you keep pushing? Because eventually you hit a brick wall.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a brick wall that I hit. Mine is I don't like the like when I first started being 4.2, 4.3, 4.4 mil. What fucking business did I have going up against somebody that was 7.3? Honestly, what fucking business did I have fighting that shit?
None.
Yet that's what I saw, and I saw over 7 mil all the time. Now I'm up over 5 mil. I've seen fucking 7 mil player. Now everybody I go up against is kind of even with me. Even the guy that I'm about to go up against now, like I'm 5'3", he's just over 6.
Do you feel like the matchmaking has kind of equalized itself out a little bit?
Yeah, fuck no. Fuck no. I've got one GL, and I still go up against people with 4 GLs.
Bob, what do you got? How are you feeling about GAC? Do you feel like the matchmaking is good where you're at? Are you seeing above you, below you? What's your GAC experience?
It's always above me. But I find that once you start getting your roster more and more higher to the 8 millions, that you start it starts evening out because your rosters aren't as different as it was when you're around 5 million or something, right? Because when you're 5 million, you as players could have went 17 different ways, and so your rosters are in 1,000 different ways. But when you narrowing the gap less, and so I am finding I'm winning more. The more weapons I add, the more GLs I get. So I think my problem was just lack of weapons I had. But when it comes to where Kane is, it's horrible. Like there needs to be a matchmaking reform. Like Kyber 3 and below, or let's say Kyber 4 and below, are just terrible. And when I hear people are 7 million Erodium, no offense to anybody that is, everyone is for different reasons, right? But it's just that sucks. So there needs to be a way where there's a certain point where you drop. A certain GP can't drop past a certain point.
That would actually make a lot of sense because Mikey has no business being an Erodium. I mean, if he actually
really
tries,
does. He really
he's
does.
going to destroy anybody he faces.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
The fact you're just gonna fuck you.
I'm with Mikey.
But the fact I get that if someone's not gonna put enough effort into it, they don't, I guess, deserve. But he's put in 8 million's worth of effort over the years and time. It's okay if he just stays in Kyber 4 or something, or Kyber 5.
Yeah, it's
he shouldn't have to leave or Kyber 5.
You want to
say,
reward the players. You don't want to punish the players who are trying their best, who are in a rhodium, who may be punching a little bit above their weight, and then they run into Mike, and he's just going to annihilate them because he's got an 8.5 million roster. I mean, that's not fun for them. That sucks for them.
Right. So
That's what
there's
you get,
something
Mike.
simple because they haven't evolved it at all. It's like they're not even trying or care to evolve it.
I gotta
Like
defend.
they're just
Mike
like, this is
because
how it's gonna
I
be.
myself
Deal with it. But I think there needs to be some kind of
I agree.
evolution.
I myself with my 7.5, I bounced between a Rhodium 1 and Kyber 5. I just happen to be in Kyber 4 right now. But it really depends. Like threes, I don't care. I go in and get my 10 banners and call it a day because I got better shit to do with my time. I'll take my crystal income that they give me. But I just looked and there's a guy with 11 million. I've got an 11 million guy in my bracket of 8.
And you're where?
It's
I'm
crazy.
7.5.
That guy should not be allowed in your bracket. He's just too big.
Exactly. 11
Exactly.
Fucking ridiculous. That I can guarantee you right now I'm not taking first unless he just doesn't give two shits.
Too motherfucking beaucoup.
And see,
Well, that's definitely
Yeah,
too.
two motherfucking boo.
And see, that has been my bitch about GAC from the start. Is like me being at 4 mil going up against somebody that's got 3 mil on me. I don't stand a chance. Now, with that being said, and I've told Logan this. Logan has looked at some of my GACs. I've beaten them. I have beaten them.
He has. He's
But have they fought back?
Impressive.
I've had a few that fought back. I've had a few that didn't.
That's the questions. The ones that you win against that you have that big of a deficit, have they even tried, or did they just go get their banners and call it a day?
I've had them fight back, and I have beaten them.
Okay.
I won. I was bragging to Logan, telling him that I won one by like three fucking banners.
Yeah.
Over a 7 mil account, and it came down to the fucking wire. Like he kicked the living shit out of me. But I took him on banners. I got some holds that I didn't think I would get a hold on.
Yeah, see, like I hover right around the end of Kyber 2 going into Kyber 1. Like I'm not the best at 3v3. I dropped down to Kyber 2. 5v5 is about to start. I'll get back into Kyber 1 because I'm a lot better at 5v5 than I am 3v3.
That's because 3v3 just sucks. But
Yeah, 3v3 is just it's fucking it's terrible.
Dude, 3v3 is on fucking point.
5v5, you change it to 3v3, nothing works the way it should really work.
It really doesn't. I agree with that.
And that's where the knowledge 3v3 is where the knowledge of your tunes kits actually fucking matter. In fives it's about synergy. In fives it's 100% about synergy. Threes is kits and tunes.
But in a way I would disagree because I feel like this game was meant for 5v5.
Hands down, will not disagree with you on that. But like I said, threes, you have all these dissertations on kits. You have to know your tunes. You have to know your tunes kits. Synergy is really fucking thrown out the window in threes. You can legit throw any 3 tunes that have kits that play off of each other in threes and kick the shit out of stuff.
All right, here's how I look at threes. I think datacrons and stats of your tunes in threes make more of a difference, especially in the realm of speed. Because in 3v3, when you're doing a 3v3 battle and you lose a tune, your ability to come back and win that match is extremely limited. In 5v5, you can lose a tune. You have a little bit more room for error.
But see, on fives, it depends on the tune that is taken.
That's true.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Mike.
No, go ahead, Mike. You got it.
I love fucking 3v3. And like this is why I love 3v3. Like this is exactly why.
Yeah.
Because you can take like these random fucking like because there's no synergy, right? So
Exactly.
other than like other than like your Treya 3 that I love, by the way, which smokes it. Like you can take any relic 5s and really just kind of, if you got good speed mods on them, you can throw them against whoever and just be like, hey, I'm fucking whatever. Hey,
It might work in a Rhodium 4, Mike. It doesn't work in Kyber 2.
How do you know? I've never done it. I've done it in Kyber 4.
You've never done it.
Yeah.
I've done it in Kyber 4. I ran some asshole and his back's like fucking and was like no. Had
in Kyber 2, you can't just throw 3 random shit together and win a battle.
Dude, he had like fucking some Ewok shit back there, and I just fucking randomly threw my Ewoks against his Ewoks.
To be fair, I've given up on GAC ever since Datacron's hit.
See, I don't even use that.
No, right, but what I'm saying is the Datacrons that I run into during GAC, it throws. There's no balance anymore. The counters that you could normally go in with, they just don't pull their weight, and it's because of a fucking Datacron. And the Datacrons are sheer whale material. I don't care who you are, the refreshes, whatever. It's all pay to win.
Have you seen?
And so most of the time, I don't even. And I will say this too: most content creators do not care about GAC anymore. Because I was part of the GAC Center and all that stuff that Nev went and Paul were doing.
Yeah.
75% of the content creators quit after Datacrons came out because of the fact they threw the game so far out of whack. It took strategy out of it. There's no point in researching your opponent anymore to see what they've been doing, is because if they have a different Datacron than you can see, or they had a different Datacron, the history just goes out of whack. And so there's no fucking strategy anymore.
You actually don't. Yeah, you don't have a lot of content creators right now. That, I mean, you have some. You have Zara, Solo Bay. You have Calvin Awesome. You have some people that still.
Hey, Ranger's still doing it, but
Bob's doing it.
Ranger, Heinze, but you don't have a lot of real prominent content creators actually doing their GAC because of the unpredictability that Datacrons add to it.
The complete strategy of GAC went out the window when Datacrons came in, because not only does it matter which Datacrons you have or how many you have, it also is an RNG on which ones you get and whether you can spend money to refresh those and get the ones you want. And then certain Datacrons you just have regardless of what you have, you just can't beat.
But see, that's why threes are so much fun to me.
That's why being in Rhodium 4 is so much fun, because all these
Mike, that's really because you're kicking the ever-living dog shit out of people.
Dude,
I know. I'm with you, Mike. I'm with you, Mike, on that, because I'm the same. When I get down in a Rhodium, it's like I lose a team, I get an extra team for offense, and then it's like I'll throw a team at. A lot of times you'll end up still seeing a GG on defense. So womp, I'll go get them, right? And then I win that one. It's like, oh, I can beat these GL, so I'll throw a team at that. And then if I keep winning, then I'll keep going. But the instant I lose a battle or something, then it's like, okay, I'm done for the day.
You know what's even better though is like watching guys like Logan who take their time and money and they put it in these fucking Datacrons, and then it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and he's in here and he's like, he's like 70 drinks deep. He's like, really grinds my fucking gears. I
mean, let's be honest. We just watch them for the preloads, right? It's like Heinze. We just watch them for the preloads. We don't give a shit if he wins or loses.
And I'm the asshole that has 20 level 9 Datacrons.
Dude, how mad do you get though when they don't win? You're like, I freaking did it, and I put all this time and
yeah, but you know what?
It's like, I didn't waste the time, but I beat some guy.
I feel like if I continuously hover, I may dip into Kyber 2, but as long as more often than not I stay in Kyber 1, I'm doing something right.
Oh, you're gonna be squished. You're gonna get hit with the squishing. You're gonna get Kyber 2. You're gonna be pissed.
Bob has been on my ass and on Logan's ass about streaming our GACs. If Logan starts streaming GAC, I am going to personally record something. That way, anytime he loses a battle with these massive amounts of Datacrons, I'm gonna see, like, you're just gonna hear a pop up because I'll be doing all of the editing for him. It's just gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up as
Let's-
soon as he loses. Just you ought not have done that to him. He did a boy.
You know,
Let's just do a show where we all are on doing that, and we just like you can see me in a Rhodium 4 just crushing some poor 4.5 million soul and 3v3 using some like ridiculous like OR like I don't know just like bot squad. or
you
something.
should be
It's ridiculous.
absolutely ashamed of yourself.
I love it. I love it. I
You know,
lost my
Mikey.
last one. I lost it round 3 because I didn't battle and the guy hit me one time.
Mikey, I want you to
lost.
try. Mikey, I want you to try a threes team for me. So it's either a Biggs or Wedge lead, but
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
big, but
yeah.
it's Biggs, Wedge, and Chupio. Dude, I massacre people with that shit.
No,
Do
Ken,
you
you're right.
want
I
to
use
know
that
what my
same one.
bigs is? Do you want to know what my bigs is? You're gonna laugh at this. Here, let me look this up. I'm gonna look this up. You're gonna
Okay.
laugh.
Kane, I use that same squad every GAC.
Dude, that team fucks.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
I can't. I can't.
Let me
I-
see. My big squad is my bigs is my Admiral Akbar is gear 12. My wedge is gear 11 with no mods. My
Oh, no
bigs,
JML.
my bigs does have mods and he's gear 11 and yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
You-
I haven't used them even when their ships were good.
to be fair, that wouldn't be a bad stream having a group of guys
Dude,
do
that'd be
it.
hilarious.
Well, see,
Like,
if they
with
did
the
a sandbox.
Well, if we have
Make it work.
well, I mean, just now, like the range of EPs that we have in this channel right now. If we all did our gags at the same time, one right up to the other, like some of us would die instantly, right? If I'm fighting the 11 million, I'd lose a couple battles and be like, "Oh, I'm done. Next, Tig, you're in." And then
Yeah, and
that would fill the hour that we used to, right?
all we have to do is share the screen to you, to Kane, and you just pop up whoever's playing on the screen.
See, the only problem with that is that I would have to sit in front of my fucking computer every night for hours.
It's a
Yeah.
real-
With your
After
giant
I've already worked a 10 to 14 hour fucking day.
with your
Well, we
giant
could work it
pimp
out.
cup,
One of the
somebody
others, we
comes
just
and
randomly
it.
host it on one of our channels, and then we just do a group GAC and call it a day.
Yeah, like Mags can do it. I can do it. Any of us can do it. Not just you. But
That's awesome.
Mikey's losing his fucking shit right now. I'm like, dude, we're gonna stream the fuck out of this, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of these
Oh,
lobies.
I'm gonna crush some.
exactly what he's talking about. Like, dude, we're gonna stream GAC. I'm gonna fuck somebody up.
There's nothing. Hey, that's like when you used to play hockey, like UCHL, and you get some guy you're gonna fight, and you've already kicked his ass before, and like he's got to go because he's like it's just something you gotta do, and you go in there, you're like, oh man, there's no way. And you just. And you're just like, oh, that's done. Like, come on, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Meanwhile,
West Coast, man. I just get stoned and push buttons.
Yeah. Meanwhile, poor Sturm and I are gonna be in the battle of our fucking lives to maintain weight.
oh, with your 20 relic
screaming
knives,
and fucking yelling, my Datacron didn't work, god damn it.
Hey, you might as well get a 3D printer and make them paperweights at this point. At least you'll have something in 6 months when they're good and when they're gone.
It's funny. My opponent has 9 level 9 Datacrons to my 22.
You know what? This
better
is
beat
actually
him.
this has actually intrigued me. Logan, you have to start streaming GAC. Every time one of your Datacrons loses, you have to slam a cocktail, sir.
You gotta slam a bottle.
Dude, I might be dead.
Did somebody say shoeies?
Oh
You're a
no,
bartender.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I get Ranger does that for entertainment. I am not drinking.
what the fuck is a shoey?
I am not having a
He-
cocktail out of a fucking shoe. That's not happening.
Fill a shoe with so Ranger fills a shoe with and then slams it.
He
What
filled
kind of
Beer
shoe?
fest?
so his last time.
It's a fancy leather shoe that he has. It's a
Yeah.
dress shoe.
Uh-huh.
So the last time he did it,
Mother Hubbard?
I'm not sure what he calls it.
He did like 11 shoeies last Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fills them with Foster, and he did one that was Foster and Wild Turkey, wasn't it?
Oh, it was Mad Dog. Oh, it was
Yeah.
Mad Dog or Wild Dog.
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog,
But he-
like
but-
old,
but at the end
it
of
was
the
a
night-
can of Mad Dogs.
At
Yeah.
the end of the
Like-
night,
like
at the end of the night,
Foster's?
he did Foster's Mad Dog 2020,
Crazy.
and at the end of the night, he did one with Wild Turkey.
Shoe that he's
Oh.
worn,
Yeah, he's wearing during the stream.
and
He's got to call it Das Boot or Old Mother Hubbard.
Yeah.
Boot.
and he's ex-army. He's a vet,
Yeah.
so he's
Nice.
I got
So,
a horn. I might have to do that. I might do a slam a horn every time.
Yeah.
Fucking, I
What does he put, like a plastic bag in there?
I brought my guy.
No, it's just straight up in the leather shoe.
Yeah.
It's a leather loafer. Yeah, he just puts it right in the shoe. And then fucking
Dude,
rips it
I watched the stream, and he's sitting there like this. He's reaching down, pulling his shoe off, and he's filling that fucker up on stream, and then he sits there and
I
slams
don't know
it.
if he's wearing the shoe. I think it's just.
I think it's just sitting on his desk. Yeah. he
Yeah,
does-
Foster's.
Hopefully
Australian
it's a
for shoe.
dedicated shoe.
Hey, I'm just
Dedicated
putting
drinking shoe.
I'm just putting it out there. You know, me and Logan were artillery, and part of our initiation at the artilleryman's ball. I don't even remember what St. Barber's ball.
Don't
you-
go there.
Everybody with high rank that gets it, a membership to this fucking artillery fraternity, I guess you could call it. They bring in all kinds of different liquor. It doesn't matter what kind of liquor it is, scotch, rum, fucking what have yous. They dump it all into a used artillery shell. They have a soldier come in wearing a combat boot and a big red sock on his fucking foot. He walks in, sits down, takes off the boot, pulls off the sock, stuffs the sock down inside this concoction of fucking liquor, stirs it the fuck up, and they walk around and they sit there and pour you a fucking grog of this shit.
The things we do for God and country.
You know what the dumb shit
you
we
know
used
what?
to do?
You know what?
The dumb shit we used to do is there used to be on the helicopter. I was a flying door gunner crew chief on 53 Echoes. Basically
nice.
gave most of you guys rides, and our dumbasses, they had this clear plastic cover on the rad unit for the blade to let you know if there's a hole in it that was like radiation, and we used to drink out of that for our finish.
That's fucking
In
awesome.
order-
They said it never had any I mean, who knows, right? But like,
I was an air crewman on P3 Orions. In order to get
nice.
in order to get our wings, we had to drink them, and we had to drink them out of one of the 8-inch fucking flight boots.
Yep.
In order to earn them, right, take them, you drop them in, and you pick that fucking 8-inch
Now-
boot up, and you have to slam that whole thing without it ever leaving your lips,
Yeah.
and pull the wings out with your mouth.
Now I
And then
know.
they tack them on your chest. I still have the fucking scars, but you know
I
what?
got 'em, yeah.
Now I know
They
Logan did
can't do
it.
that no more, dude. They get in trouble now. They get.
Oh
they
yeah,
get
it's a
that.
kindler, gentler. There's none of that. Like tacking on the crows, man, to make sure they don't
Yeah.
fly away. They don't do that
Yeah.
shit anymore either.
I know Logan did it.
Military anymore that they did when I was in.
I know Logan did it. I did it. Anybody that ever came to our unit did it. The very first field problem that you go out to and you fire a live fucking round. The first round that comes out of your gun.
You
you-
smell it.
Yep. You pull it out, you cap it with your hand, and you
What was it
hand it,
called?
you hand it to the new guy, and the new
What was
guy
it called?
takes a bong rip off of it.
Yep. What was it called?
There is no greater smell on the face of this earth than fresh wolf pussy in the morning.
They called it wolf.
I'd fucking kill you.
Dude,
And
But see, Bones, this was something that we did because it was tradition. I
Yeah.
mean, this is
Yeah.
something. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you know, you other guys can admit we did this willingly.
yes.
I remember
This was part of the. This was in order to be
Bacon, come
part
here.
of the group.
Smell the wolf pussy. I went. I'll just breathe it in. Okay, I'm good with it.
It was, man. It was tradition. If you didn't go out there and like, nah, fuck that shit. You got in there and you wanted to do it because everybody that had been there before you had done it.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
that was
Like, if
you
didn't
walking
do it-
through
if
fire.
you-
Yeah,
If
you're
you
a
didn't
bitch,
do
pretty
it,
much.
like, yeah, if you didn't do it, just you're
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not
you
getting
were
flights.
doing-
You're not getting flights as the crew chief. You're not getting all the
No,
cool blow up
you're done.
missions. Like,
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. And all four of us will tell you there are guys who didn't do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
they're collecting 100% disability easy now because
they
they're always going
requested a
medical.
transfer real quick. So, Kane, as we're now approaching after 2 hours, for the viewer comments, what do we got?
So we really don't have any questions this week. The main question that we asked everybody was, are you going for Inquisitors because you have to? Or are you going for a Legend because you feel you have to? Are you adding relics to Toons because your guild asked you to? There's so much to do. What to do? When do you take time for you? So, like I said, not a lot of questions. It was mainly a lot of answers this time around. Jar Jar McGoats personally finished my Inquisitors, and my son unlocked Grand Inquisitor in less than 30 minutes for me while I drove to baseball. Now, once I relic 8 Grand Inquisitor, I'm tasked with finishing a few guild requests to relic 8. Luckily, they all sit at 7, so it's not a huge jump.
So again, there's another instance of guilds saying, "Hey, you should do this." And I mean, what if your guild asked each of you to do something like that? I mean, I know, Country, you've already done it. I've done it. I mean,
I've
James
done
has
it.
done it.
I mean,
Mike,
currently,
Sturm,
currently,
Bob.
currently, my Inquisitors are my guild farm, and I'm doing Cal because I want to. That's where I'm
Alright.
sitting on my account right now.
Sturm, what about you? Is your guild asked you for anything
Yeah,
outrageous? Like,
so
"Oh,
we had
you
we
gotta
were
do this?"
our push was for Inquisitors, and I think we got 50 for Grand Inquisitor. We had those we had volunteers, voluntold kind of thing to try and get everybody to get various relic level 7 so you can deploy in the platoons for the territory. But that's why I got that low gray. And now our one of the guild goals is we want a full wall of Juhani and Mara Jade Omicrons for territory war, and we're pushing on that. And then there's talk about, well, maybe we'll look at Droidica when and then it is our next kind of guild goal. So my guild's pretty chill about that stuff. Like if they're pretty relaxed about making requirements, and if they do, they give you like 6 months to do it. So it's not that bad. Generally, I like to get everything anyway. So like I just kind of go with the flow on that kind of stuff anyway. So like that's why I'm going for Afra next, and after that I got to get my Geonosians. I want to get those guys relic just cause, and it's a couple of little side shit I want to get done.
There you go, Bob. What do you got?
We're pretty cool. I was kind of excited just to relic up some stuff for Rote and a bunch. But our guild doesn't force anybody. It was a complete voluntary. A lot of people are, like I said, a lot of us just having fun, just doing it just to do it because there's nothing else to do, and it's fun to say, "Oh, I did a low grade or whatever." I mean, it sucks balls, but it's kind of funny to talk about. Like, yeah, I got one too. But that's about it. No one says Inquisitors or you have to do this team or that. So no real strict things, just some platoons here and there for a couple of us.
All right. Anyone else? Before we move on to the next comment, and yeah, like you said, we didn't have any questions. It was just people responding to what we wrote.
Hey, Sturm, are we posting this as one of our podcasts for GMK?
I haven't been recording it because I don't. We record over Zoom, not Discord. But so I don't know. We can chat about that after, I guess.
Kane, would you be able to give us a copy of this? I got 3 comments from our weekly questions. If you want me to read those.
Oh no, if you got some questions, Mike, throw them out there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I basically asked what people, basically what you just asked. I said, what are you doing in game? Recent GAC glory, new tune. Any questions for Sturm or Mike you want answered? How long you been playing for? What's your overall reaction to Star Wars Galaxy Heroes? All comments will be read and discussed. People have spoken. Like Darth Big Dog says, within a day or two of activating Jabba, working on after requirements, doing a couple of relic farms for the new TB to help his guild. He's throwing some gear on Tuskens, have another team for the new raid. Questions. I'd like to hear more about Mikey's hunt for a new guild. Any development of the new tunes in the game last year. So what is your favorite? Which have you found to be the most useful? I've been playing since 1/1/2016. My son was a day one player and hooked me. He's since dropped, but I continue to obsess with this game, SWH. Don't think I missed a day since the second week I started playing. Love the collection aspect of the game, and the community podcasts like GMK and Old Man Cantina have really kept things fresh and my interest up. So
All
that
right.
was one of the first comments.
I love to hear that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. El Duderino, one of my favorite guys on our channel, said, currently I'm finally grinding Inquisitors. Thanks, Guild. Not very excited to do it, but it's the game's direction at the moment. Once I finish back to the Jabba grind, prior to that, I did finish up Santa Staros just so I can finally use my leftover rebels from the Jedi Master Luke grind. She makes
Not
all
a
the
bad
difference.
choice. Not a bad
Not
choice
what?
at all.
Yeah. She makes all the difference leading to the Rebel team
Yeah.
because they were utterly worthless for the most part. I've been playing since late 2015 with a couple of extended breaks early, but I've been full go ever since. All hail the Empire. And then the last one was Vlad Flanders said, I'm grinding out characters to complete the Dark Revan challenge. Also working on getting General Kenobi to 7 stars. Helps that my guild destroys the tank raid in 45 minutes every week. Rancor raid is smashed out in less than half an hour. Sith raids take us a little bit to beat. I've been playing since October 30th, 2022, and just recently introduced my oldest son to the game. I listen to your podcast every time it drops. It's set up to be automatically downloaded. I'm curious, do you think we may get another new ship anytime in the near future? And what are your thoughts on the current season of The Mandalorian? So we kind of covered some of those already. If you guys want to touch up on any of those, we can.
Yeah, again, I do. I think there's some serious validity to ship being for Malgus, or I honestly think the next Conquest Toon is going to be a ship. I do. I think with everything we've got going on right now, a lot of people are. Some people are unlocking Riva gear sync, Trench gear sync, Tuskens more gear, Cal Kestis. What's going on with that new gear? I would like to think, and again, maybe I'm just being being stupid, but I'd like to think that CG wants to give us a break and give us a ship on this conquest to kind of lighten the load a little bit, because God fucking damn, is there a lot to work on right now.
I mean, who is
That's
the
what leads
who
me
is
to believe there's another GL going to drop because we're doing all this gear dump and everything, relic dumps.
Exactly.
There's
And
a
that's why
GL
I
going to
ignore-
pop and everybody's going to want it, and that's going to build them money. I mean, this is a sheer business decision. That's
and
why I
that's
think it's
why
not going
I
to be a ship.
ignored Tuskens.
It's going to be
I
another
said-
character.
I said to Pico Burrito on the latest episode of Holotable News Network that I felt Tuskens were a distraction, and I feel that way.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, I think
One
Cal's
thing.
a distraction.
What's that?
To be honest, I think Cal's a distraction.
I think a case can be made for that too, but I think the Tuskens are not groundbreaking in GAC. What are they going to be good for? And everyone is saving. And here's another thing: everyone is saving their Omicrons for maybe Riva, maybe Malgus, maybe this or that. But has everybody neglected the fact that Bougie Leia is the only toon in the game to have an Omicron for a raid, and a new raid is coming, and Hutt Cartel is part of this raid?
Yeah. Although,
The writing
although
on the wall.
with the way Cal's Omni works and turns off that part of Ahsoka Fulcrum's Omni to where she doesn't have to be solo anymore. She can be with a team as long as it's with Cal. That now they're getting into a whole new world of the next Omnis may turn off the you can only use them in this mode, because he literally turns off the TW aspect of Ahsoka's Omni.
Absolutely.
It allows her to be on a team.
Absolutely. Well, all right, folks. We have unfortunately, my God, it's 11:21. It's almost 2.5 hours. We have wrapped everything up, but before we do that, I want the Good Morning Korriban guys to pimp their stuff, let the audience know where they can find them and find their show, to give them more exposure and what they're doing. So, guys, pimp your shit. Let us know where people can find you.
Durham, you want to pimp it today? Or
Mike, that's your job, buddy. Go ahead.
We're on all major podcasts, Apple, Google. We post our non-video stuff on Anchor in case you want to run it through that. But any major Spotify, you can find us on any major forum. We are also on YouTube as well. No offense, but we got the best Discord in the game with the good. With the Good Morning Corbin podcast channel. We're on Reddit, even though my Reddit game isn't what it used to be. And we're also on Facebook, so you can find us on our podcast on Facebook, which I'm on, quite a bit again, which I took a little time off. I'm getting back into it, so that's all the stuff you can find us. And then if we do this, Kane, you gotta get with Sturm because you two are the nerds that do this stuff. This should be episode 90. This is episode 98, right, dude?
Yeah. Yep.
98. Episode 98. So we're getting to triple digits, buddy.
Oh yeah.
No, everybody, please check these guys out. They are actually the ones that inspired me to start doing this.
I told you flat out with your voice that you need to do this.
You did.
Just your voice alone before we even started doing YouTube.
But it was actually listening to you guys going, oh my God, there's two guys that just hang out and talk about this game and have fun. And that's what I wanted this show to be. You know what, folks? We're not experts. You want GAC advice? Fucking find somebody else.
Ask Bob. Yeah.
You're pretty good at it, dude. You're pretty good at this stuff. Like, you're pretty informative. Sturm and you are really good. I'm not, I don't nerd out like Sturm does, but I can hang at least.
I'm an amateur for sure.
I don't know, man. You guys, you two are pretty good at it. I'm not gonna lie. Like all the interviews we've done.
Stream the fucking gags, guys. Like, come on.
I'm down for that.
I think it'd be fun.
And that's why before the show I asked you guys about what it would be to actually what would be a budget for a computer that could run BlueStacks and run this game properly. Like
a grand to $1,200. $1,000 to $1,200, dude. I could build you something that'll last you for about 3 or 4 years.
Well, then you and I are going to talk because I could do that tomorrow. So, it's the motivation. It's the job. It's personal.
It's the time constraint.
It is. It's like doing like I said that if I ever did something like that, it would be 1 round per 3. I would stream 1 per 3.
That's fine. That's fine.
I was doing 2 out of 3 when I was streaming because of the way my work schedule was. I couldn't do it. I was working.
Did you do it through that one app? What's the live app everybody uses now?
I was doing it through BlueStacks and Twitch, but it's
Twitch. Twitch is the one everyone.
Yeah, Twitch. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my work schedule, I was working 12 hours a day, and so 3 days a week. So it was like I would always miss either the first or the last battle, depending on the day.
Yep.
That's the one, Logan. Who's the guy who was on here? The actor, the funny guy, the pretty boy. Begins with an H. Him and you know what I'm talking about.
Gridden?
Oh, Gridden. Sorry, G. This is a G. Yeah. Him and
Gridden. Gridden has taken a permanent step back. He doesn't play anymore now.
What? He was so into it, dude. He was a good guy. I liked it.
Gridden was doing rogue actions with Heinze. He took a step back, and now it's Ram Bam doing rogue.
Ram Bam, he was cool. Ram Bam's in control now. He was kind of the.
Heinze's in control.
And that's the other thing. A lot of there's a very smaller community, I feel, right now of content creators that do this game than there was. And I feel, and I know, Country, you talked about this a little bit earlier, but Datacrons has really forced a lot of people out.
Yeah. I mean, it got to the point of, I mean, even, really early on with Datacrons, GACs were fun. It was like, we had strategy. You could kind of play around with the characters. You could kind of play around with the builds of, hey, I might use this character instead of this character to take out this comp of this team. But then once Datacrons hit, it was like, I have to use the hard counter with the hard counter Datacron, or else I'm going to lose. And a lot of content creators stopped playing GAC because it was no longer fun. I mean, you don't want to watch a guy beating his head against the table because he can't win.
This
And you
should
don't want.
work.
I mean,
This should work, and it's not.
yeah, I mean, streams were going from full clears down to maybe clearing 2 or 3 teams, and then it was over. And then what do you got? You sit there for 45 minutes with your thumb up your ass, going,
Yep.
Yeah,
it just
that's like a guy on NFL Network, like not being able to do his job right. He's like, "Oh, this is
Yeah,
what's going on
right.
here." And like, "Oh, that didn't happen at all, buddy." Like,
well, he threw the ball, and this other guy caught it, and then he got tackled.
So Mags,
Yeah.
Game's over.
Anyways,
Mags, where can everybody find you? I know where they can find you.
yeah, so I'm Big Country Mags on Twitch, all one word. You can also catch me. Well, now I'm on the RSG with Ranger during the lunch hour streams that he does, and then we do a RSG Wednesday night stream. However, being a note, this is the last week we're doing it on YouTube, so they are swapping over to the RSG channel.
Ranger
Friday.
mentioned that.
oh, really?
Yep.
Were you on that night? Were you on that night when I was on with Ranger, or no? I was
I
on
may
that.
have been. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was him and Ram Bam and Gridden and some other guys.
I
You
may
might
have
have been on.
I may have been.
Yeah, that was fun.
But yeah, so we're moving. It's lunchtime. Lunchtime Eastern. So 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm a West Coast guy, so
Yep.
9 a.m. Pacific. We do the lunch hour. That's moving over to Twitch. This Friday will be the big send over of the RSG channel over to Twitch. And then I have my own channel, which I do. I've been doing games about 2 o'clock. I've been swapping games recently. I'm ramping up to do the new Jedi Survivor, but I've been playing Outriders. I've been doing. We do SWTOR with the boys. We were going to do that today, where we play the Old Republic with it's me, Ram, and Ranger. We do that every Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific. But today there was a big game update, and we couldn't get it done because the game's still updating, as far as I know. But that's where you can find me. Twitch.
Where on the West Coast are you?
I'm in Oregon.
Oh, okay. I lived in
We
LA
are
for
on like opposite ends of the earth right now.
yeah. I lived in LA for like 20
Literally.
years.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna check you out for sure, man. I'll be in there. I'm trying to get back into Twitch. I haven't been on it like 6 months, so you'd be a good in because I need.
Oh yeah, more than welcome.
All
Don't
right.
forget about Bob. Don't forget
I
about
want-
Bob.
I want to.
Where can we find Bob?
Yep.
Oh,
Where can
all right. I'm gonna
What
take
about
I'm gonna take over for Bob here. You can find Bob. You can find Bob on Twitch under Bones88. He streams his GACs anytime GAC is up. You can also find him here as the backdrop, the comic relief, and a very good personal friend to me and Logan on the Old Man's Cantina. You can also find Bob behind the scenes of very, very, very popular brothels.
The Bones.
I'm the most asked for around there.
I'm the most.
That
asked
being
for.
said, from myself and the Bob and Big Country Mags, we want to give a big shout out to Good Morning Korriban. Those guys, check out their podcast. And literally go back on their past episodes. There is some funny shit to listen to. Those guys are outstanding. They are very, very entertaining, fun to listen to. Get them a shout out. But it has reached that time, folks. So for everybody, thank you for coming to the Old Man's Cantina. Good night. Good luck. Kane, send us off. Do your fucking technical thing. I don't give a fuck.
Don't forget to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button on YouTube. Hop into our Discord to hit us up whenever you want to. We love chatting with everybody.
Get Discord. Fuck. Find us
Until-
on Discord. Jesus Christ.
Until next time, this is the Immortal One signing off with the Old Man's Cantina.
Peace.
Bye.